This like SNL bloopers? Like, what's happening?
No, we got it. We got there in the end. Hello, everybody, and welcome to After the Fall. Not world building After the Fall. That was months ago. And if you didn't see that, you can check it out over on our YouTube channel.
Isn't every session world building?
With this group, yes. Yes, there's a fair bit of that going on. The world building one was actually very focused on Newcastle itself and sort of flushing out that community. But we had a little bit of a minor technical glitch there, which it wouldn't be a Scryer-Vision show without one of those happening at some course of the evening here. So yeah, we got it out of the way early. And I made sure to turn down the music this time so people can actually hear us. I'm getting this down. Hello, welcome to After the Fall. My name is Ryan. I'm going to be your storyteller this evening, and we are going to introduce the cast members, or we're going to have them introduce themselves. And once again, we forgot to set the order of introductions, so we're going to wing it.
Yeah. I'm Tyler. I play Corin, Wisevale. He is a dragonkin. He's super smart, and my dice are not agreeing with me already, so it'll be fun.
Yes.
Great sign.
That's a 3 and a 6.
Yes.
You're rolling all the small numbers out.
That's what I'm
already.
hoping.
Yeah. Get them out of the way. Knock them out. I'm Quinn. I play Quinn. I'm not named Quinn.
I thought for a second you had your name legally changed.
I could legally change my name to Quinn if I really wanted to.
Very dedicated of you, Quinn.
Yeah.
Quinn. I play Aaron.
Aaron, currently. Maybe Quinn in the future. I don't know. Creative seer who has awakened dreams. And she's just dreaming about boys now. That's hopefully. They're less nightmares now.
All right, yeah.
I'm Claire. I play Captain Nellie DeLance, or impulsive pirate sort, who I just realized before we started has been away from the water so long that she's a little bit weakened and is looking a little bit pale at this point. She's also at the bottom of the basement of a burnt down building, and her friends don't know she's there. So.
And I'm John. I play Isaac Patterson, the elf boy who wants to learn magic science? Science magic something. He wants to be Doc Brown with magic.
Well, they say never meet your heroes, but you kind of did last week, right?
Apparently. That came out of nowhere.
Well, welcome players, glad to have you here. Welcome audience, we're glad to have you here. Whether you're watching us live or watching us after the fact or on YouTube, we are happy to have you along for the journey. Tonight's episode 9, Post-Apocalyptic Road Trip, Part 2. Last week, the In Out Salvage crew, team, company, whatever they want to call themselves, started their journey towards the Twin Cities and got a fair amount of the way there. They made it through the first day without any incidents whatsoever. They saw a dog. That was something.
Two dogs.
That's always
Was
nice.
it 2 dogs or was it just the one?
We saw a dog twice. Was it the same one? Who knows? We don't.
You also had a plane fly overhead, so that was, something unusual. And then the next day, you came across a ruined caravan of salvagers, all of them missing or butchered, and a giant, pristine wooden crate sitting on the road. And you made the very wise decision to go investigate, and upon investigating, found out that the crate was actually a mimic. a giant mimic who tried to swallow several of you and almost succeeded on one. I think it was Quinn, actually, wasn't it? Got chomped.
Almost.
If
If it weren't for her shield.
It was pretty sketchy there. My might pulls down to 3, so.
And in fact, that was not terribly
me.
long ago. As you stopped for the night at another farmhouse, this time.
I think nothing's bad's happening right now.
Yeah, this time without any sort of barn to hide in. You've kind of made the decision that you'll just have to sleep in the SUV, and you've kind of hidden it behind one of the dilapidated buildings. And then Nell went off on her own and explored the house a little bit. And unfortunately, during that exploration, I believe a natural 1 was rolled, which meant that Nell fell through the floor from the second floor to the first floor, the impact of which broke the first floor and deposited her soundly in the basement, taking a fair bit of damage, if I remember correctly, too.
Yeah, it was like 4 or 5 points of damage. I'm down to 8.
No one heard this happen. No one knows where Nell is. And, to make matters worse, there's a storm coming in. So players, the second evening of your journey, as you have stopped to rest for the night, what would you like to do?
I mean, Quinn's gonna start cooking. That's her thing.
I would just make sure that I believe you said there was a barn, but we are not going to go in it because they did not let their animals out.
That's right.
And however, you said that we could park behind it, so I just want to make sure that the van is not, or the SUV is not easily seen from like the road, which I think you already said it's fine, like
Yep.
it's behind it.
You've got it situated in such a way that if somebody were to drive onto the property, then they would see it. But otherwise, they can't.
I will, if that's the case, then I'll walk the perimeter.
Okay. Claire, we'll get to you in a second. John.
Will we, though?
We'll see. Well, I will. You guys, I don't know.
Yeah. Isaac would probably... Well, that's the thing. I think we decided that we were ending up sleeping in the SUV because of the storm. And there wasn't any other viable cover. So Isaac would probably just be helping Quinn out with setting up the fire and stuff for cooking tonight's dinner.
Makes sense. Okay, so Corin, as you walk the perimeter, there's the barn, which has a stone foundation. You can see that the roof of the barn is partially caved in.
Yep.
You're not getting very close to it because there is a definite smell attached to it.
Oh, yeah.
The back end of the property, which isn't much farther beyond the barn, maybe only 20 feet, separates the side of the barn you're parked against and a massive cornfield with corn that is already about waist high.
Oh, no.
And it's only mid-May.
Do I find that to be odd?
A little. But crops grow weird. The climate has changed in the apocalypse. It got a lot warmer for a little while, and it's starting to cool off again, but it's sort of all over the place. You don't know. Maybe this is normal here. It's all wild, too. It's not neat rows. It's just sporadic sprouts of corn, and it's enough of it to make this giant field that you can hear the wind coming from the storm pushing through, and you see it surging like waves crashing towards you. And that makes you think of Nell. Wait a second. Where is Nell?
I go back to the group.
Okay. Meanwhile, Nell, you have found yourself in the stone foundations of the house. Dust settles around you as you realize that a wooden table broke your fall, but you also broke the table. As you start to sit up, there's a twinge of pain. Roll me a d6.
Ugh.
What'd you get?
High numbers are good, right, Ryan?
Maybe.
I rolled a 6.
Okay. So you sort of landed on your side, and there's this momentary surge of pain in your chest as you kind of grab at it when you try to breathe. You're not entirely sure what happened internally, but it hurts to breathe.
Oh,
You also, as you kind of reach, you feel something in your coat. Something in pieces. As you pull your hand out of your pocket, the turtle that you collected at that gas station has been broken into 3 pieces.
that's upsetting.
It's a puzzle.
It opens a
Well,
secret
we'll hang on
door.
to that for now.
It's a turtle puzzle. It's one of those 3D puzzles.
Hmm.
I am going to push myself to my feet. And hopefully not die in the process. And take a closer inspection of the basement here.
Grimy windows let in a scant amount of light. It is actually quite difficult to see in this chamber. Give me... Let's do a mental test. We're going to set the difficulty at 3
Alright.
to try to perceive your surroundings.
Let's see what we get. I got exactly a 9.
Okay. So exactly a 9 is exactly what you needed, so you're good. It takes a moment for your eyes to adjust, and you can hear thunder rumbling, and the windows kind of shake ever so slightly. There's a smell of mildew, some mold probably. This place is pretty damp. It seems like it's not probably very well sealed. And as a sudden surge of wind hits the house, you hear the entire place above you creak. As you kind of get your bearings, there's a number of shelves down here that have preserves. Different sorts of pickled things. Asparagus, cucumbers, eggs. Lots of different vegetable options. There's also a set of stone stairs that lead up to a cellar door that seems to lead outside. But as you get close, you see that it is chained shut from the inside and locked with 2 padlocks.
From the inside?
From the inside. Do you wish to
That's-
continue to explore?
There's an upside to this. They weren't trying to keep anything
In?
Yeah, so
Yeah, there's someone who is hiding inside the cellar, and
yeah, so there's no like monster down there with you unless it's got incense then, which is possible. So
I'm going to try to rattle on that door to try and see if I can't catch anyone's attention. But with the storm, I'm not particularly optimistic, so I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time doing that.
With this, we're going to actually use a legitimate GM intrusion. Clarity, do you accept this GM intrusion?
I do.
Excellent.
I laughed if she'd said no.
I mean,
No.
it's an option. So, Clarity, you get an experience point, and you get to give an experience point to another player. Who would you like to give an experience point to?
We've scarcely done anything yet.
Well, it can always be for stuff last week, too.
What happened last week?
You guys follow the dog, and I met Doc Brown.
Just give it to whoever's your favorite, and no one will judge you for it.
Exactly.
Except
Well, I
for
want-
Totally
I
no
want-
judgment.
I want to give it to Isaac.
All right.
And my justification will be his successful encounter with the DeLorean character.
All right. So there is your experience. Enjoy. So as you push on the door, it has almost no give. And the chains that rattle, it seems to almost happen in time with thunder outside. The others in the group are completely oblivious.
Alright. I will then, clutching my aching side, I will continue exploring the basement.
Okay.
Hopefully not find any dead bodies, but I'm expecting to find dead bodies
or a
now.
monster.
Hopefully not a monster.
There's a couple of rooms with closed doors on the far end of the main chamber. And you also notice that there is a wooden staircase that seems to head up into the rest of the house.
Oh. Well, the smart thing would be to go upstairs. So Nell's gonna go explore the chambers.
Okay. So we'll come back to Nell in just a moment here. Corin, you get back to the small campfire that's being set up next to the SUV by Quinn and Isaac. Food has been broken out. Quinn is busy preparing the meal for everybody.
Has anybody heard from our resident captain of the high seas?
I don't know. I've started cooking. When we got here, I haven't paid. Is she?
Yeah, not since we stopped the
Yeah.
car. I think she.
How long have we been here?
I don't know.
No, GM. How long have we been here? At
Oh,
this point?
you're asking me. Okay.
Yeah.
You've been here for maybe 20 minutes?
Cool. So, friends, I want you to think about this part really, really hard. We haven't heard Nell in 20 minutes.
It's been 20 minutes.
Yes.
Oh,
Instantly, everybody's worried.
Yeah.
it takes me so long to build a fire. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, it's no one's fault. Okay, let's spread out and search for her. She's never been this quiet for this amount of time in the entire time I've known her. So
It's true.
I'm gonna,
Okay.
I guess I'm gonna start exploring the wreckage of the house carefully, like around the outskirts first.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a mental test. We're going to call this difficulty 4 as it's starting to rain. It won't.
Ah! It's a natural 20.
Oh, dip.
So, as you are walking around the perimeter of the house, you're kind of looking in one of the windows that leads into the basement. It's covered in grime, but you see somebody move behind it.
Down in the basement.
Down in the basement.
Nell.
Now, you hear a very muffled cry for your name.
I'm gonna call. I'm in the basement.
Corin, you hear a very muffled response.
She's in the basement. How did you get down there?
The quick way.
Corin,
All right, well,
do you
all right,
continue
well-
walking the perimeter?
I'm gonna start looking for a way down that's not a massive hole in the floor.
Yeah.
Do you go inside the house?
What can I see inside the house since it's like burned down? But is it still like the walls and like doorways are still up, so I'd have to like go in to
Yeah.
see anything?
There's a large portion of the house is still intact, but most of it looks like probably the kitchen and living room at one point burned down.
I'll walk in, and before I like step, I'm gonna take my rifle like before every step and go to the ground,
Okay.
to the floor.
Roll me a d20.
Okay. That's it. What is it? It's an 8 or a 6, or a 6 or a 9. It's
Okay.
a 9. It's a 9.
All right. As you kind of make your way through, Nell, down below, you can hear the boom, 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 and dust falls ever so slightly as you can visibly see Corin's journey through the house. In that basement, there's the 2 doors. Which one do you want to go in, left or right? Red or green?
Ooh.
Me? Or
No,
her?
this is Nell.
Okay.
Hello, Dart.
Say
We'll
hello.
go through the green door first.
All right. So the green, the one on the right, you turn the handle. This room's a little bit darker. It's got just one window that is almost completely blacked over with soot. And as you look up, you can see that part of the timbers of the roof have given way. The entire room is moldy, completely destroyed by fire and rain over the years.
Oh, if nothing interesting immediately jumps out, I'll just head straight to the other door.
3 goblins jump out! And no, I'm kidding. They it's close enough.
How interesting.
Door shut.
Corin, upstairs, you find a door that part of the house is collapsed on that you believe is probably the stairs down into the basement. You also find the hole that Nell fell through into the basement. But you don't get too close because the timbers seem particularly weak around that for some reason.
Do you need a rope?
I have rope, but
Oh, okay.
probably more would be helpful. So I find a door, a covered door that I think leads. Okay.
Yeah, part of the house's structure is leaning against that doorway.
Can I open the door?
About an inch.
Oh, I'm a big dragonkin, so that's not going to do it.
Even your particularly tall halfling would probably have some difficulty getting through that gap.
Does it look like if I break the door or get it off the hinges or anything that more stuff will fall? Or
Door,
yeah.
house.
Ah, I see.
So you can get it open a little bit, but
Yep. I'm gonna. Can I see the hole?
the hole that she fell through?
Yep.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
The oddly Nell-shaped hole.
It is canon, yes.
Like the Junji Ito story.
She wily coyoted it.
Oh, I hope not. I don't want to call everybody in here because the floorboards might be weak. So this just looks like a door, like inside the house. Like this doesn't look like a cellar door. It just looks like an entrance,
Yep.
like inside the house down.
That is correct.
I'm gonna call out and be like, "Can you guys see if you can find a cellar door somewhere around the outside of the house?"
Isaac, Quinn, do you hear Corin from inside the house?
Yeah, I mean, I was like yelling from the.
The storm's
That's
getting
fine.
closer. The thunder's getting a little louder. Do you actually hear him or not?
I don't know. You want me to roll for it?
It's up to you here. I'm not going to have you roll for it.
I would assume so. Corin is usually,
Yeah.
loud when he's trying to get our attention.
Okay.
If they don't answer me, I'm gonna go out there.
So Isaac, you heard him.
Quinn will stay at the door.
Is there a window Is there a window nearby? Like
Into the
where I'm
basement?
at? No, just to the outside where I could like lean my head out.
I mean, it was a window at one point, yeah.
I mean, is the window still there?
The
Or is the
glass
house
isn't.
covering the window? That's perfect. I don't want the glass.
Yeah.
I lean my head out and I go, Isaac, come here, please.
Isaac gets up to the window frame.
I hold out one of the 2 shortwave radios that I think I've forgotten to tell them about until this very moment.
It's true.
My parents gave me 2 of these. Here's one. I'll keep the other one in case I fall as well, which hopefully I won't. See if you can find a cellar door out there. This door is, well, as you can see, the house is blocking it.
Yeah. No problem. And Isaac then starts searching the perimeter of the house to look for any kind of cellar entrance.
All right. So, Isaac, as you walk around the corner, go ahead and give me a mental test. We're calling this a difficulty 2.
Hey, nat 20.
Wow.
Waste them.
You walk
Yeah.
around the corner, and there's the cellar door.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
What's funny is this house didn't have a cellar door until you rolled that natural 20.
So, what's really interesting is as you're kind of looking at it, the paint is faded, it's bowed inward slightly, the handles are gone, but there's also these deep gouges in the wood, claw marks
On the outside?
on the outside, yes.
It's like the reverse of everything I've seen in a horror movie.
There's a werewolf in the cornfield.
Or one of you is the werewolf. Plot
Twist.
twist.
That's a fun
Not
game,
now.
by the way.
Me.
It's Quinn. Quinn's been a werewolf this whole time.
Classic.
You know how I
werewolf
just like
move.
disappear on full moons?
Yeah.
Hey,
Until this moment, but
you give me 3 experience points and you
I
can.
became really good at repairing clothes for a reason.
wait, if she gives you 3 experience points, you'll let her be a werewolf?
It's a permanent major change, yeah. That
I don't
only
have
costs
3 XP.
Oh, that's a shame. Okay,
Oh, darn.
so... I mean, it's
Well,
not
wanna give
necessarily a good thing. You don't
Well,
get
can
anything
someone else
except a
spend the
curse.
3 XP?
Hey,
Maybe a
can you
werewolf?
guys spend 3 XP so I can become a werewolf?
No.
No, I'm good.
It has to be
Damn
something
it!
that benefits the whole team if multiple people are going to be contributing towards it.
I mean, that feels like
Being a werewolf's pretty
something that would benefit the
beneficial.
whole team. Just because it's detrimental doesn't mean it also can't be beneficial.
Yeah.
No.
It's all about
So, Isaac, you
Solid.
find the cellar door.
all about balance.
Yeah.
So anyway, that cellar door.
Yeah.
About that door.
There's no handles on it anymore. They seem to be
Ooh.
have been torn off.
Oh dear. And you said it's bowed slightly, so is there a way I can reach my hand in between and pull one of the doors open?
You can try. We're actually going to make this a speed roll. We're going to make it a difficulty 2.
Okay.
It is starting to rain. A little heavier now.
8.
8. Okay, good enough. You're able to kind of push down on one half. You hear something kind of rattle underneath as you do. Get your fingers hooked in there, and as you pull up, you're stopped short.
Oh.
Only about an inch of a gap opens up.
Okay. Well, what about the other door?
The other door is inside the house.
No, I mean, usually cellar doors are like.
Oh yes, it's the 2 doors. You try the opposite way, same thing.
I call down a Nell. Nell, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'll walk closer to talk to him more easily.
Okay.
Can you see what's holding this door shut?
Oh yeah, it's a chain and a couple padlocks. We might have to bust a window to get me out.
It's Jacob Marley.
Oh boy.
Unless you can shatter the locks from that side.
I mean, how big is the shatter effects area?
It's, I believe, intermediate range, and it's a immediate burst, if I am not mistaken.
Okay, so no, I mean like, how big is the blast radius?
Yeah, it's immediate, so it's within a couple feet.
Okay. I tell Nell to get back into the next room.
I will promptly go explore that room.
All right, so you head through the red door.
And I
Red
expend 2 intellect to shatter the padlocks.
So here's the problem with that. I believe you
Yeah,
have
I
to be
can't
able
see.
to see it. And
Can
you
I not?
cannot see them.
Damn it. Well, so much for that idea. I head back to the window and, well, I guess, no, I have the 2-way. I pull up the radio and I contact Corin.
Okay, so Corin, as all of that has been going on, what have you been doing?
Looking around the house. Still being careful.
Not much
Boom,
to
boom.
see. Are you looking for anything in particular?
Looking for possibly another way into the basement, or possibly something I could maybe use to like wrap the rope around to try and...
There's some exposed beams you could probably wrap it around, but it's hard to say if it's going to be sturdy.
How far down is it?
It's about a 10-foot drop. If you're getting close to that hole, though, I'm going to need a d20 roll.
Not getting close to the hole.
Okay.
But it's a 10-foot drop. How
what
far
you
back
think.
from the hole am I safe?
3 feet?
Okay, I'm a little bit further back than that.
Okay.
So I'm going to... First off, I'm going to call down to Nell. I'm going to be like, Nell!
Now, as you're about to go explore the other room, you hear your voice called.
Yes?
So I think I have a way to get you out, but are you content to explore since you're down there, and do you want a little bit more time?
Yeah, I got another room to check out, but there's not a whole lot down here. There's some preserved food, it looks like, though.
Nothing else of interest?
Not so far.
Anything suspicious?
I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that.
Anything suspicious, or...
Oh, I mean, there's 2 padlocks on the door down here, but apart from that...
Okay, that's
There's
weird.
stairs here, I haven't checked those, but...
There's 2 padlocks on the door down there?
Yeah, the door outside is chained up, has 2 padlocks on it. Whoever was down here was planning on being down here for a while, I think.
Push the button on the walkie. Isaac?
As you do that, Isaac pushes the button on his walkie and says, Corin.
So I'm guessing the walkie does that weird thing where after you both hit at the same time.
Yep, a little bit of a squelch.
Isaac holds off on pressing it again.
I push it again. Isaac?
Corin,
Found the cellar door yet?
I did, and it's held by 2 padlocks.
Nell said, what's the door look like?
It's a little bowed in the middle, and it's the standard cellar door, just boat in the middle, and then
Wood.
unable to pull it open.
Does it look like anything's tried to get in?
Oh, yeah, something with massive claws.
The cornfield is unnerving me. So it is unnaturally tall already. And it is just tall enough for things to be living in it. I don't feel great about this place.
Neither do I. The sooner we can get out of here, the better.
Can you get the cellar door open enough to slip some bolt cutters in to cut the chain, or can it not open that far?
It can open about an inch.
I don't suppose that's not nearly enough.
I mean,
You could
how
try.
big? Bolt cutter. I mean, all we need to.
I know how bolt cutters work. I would know if an inch is wide enough for me to jam bolt cutters in there and get to a chain.
You got pretty hefty bolt cutters.
Yeah. Hey, Nell.
Just as I'm about to push the door again. Yes?
If I toss some bolt cutters down to you, will you use them to get rid of the chain?
Sure. You can do that.
All right, come stand in the middle where you fell.
I will do so.
Okay. Carefully kind of maneuver into the center of the hole. Corin, what do you do?
I still like 4 feet back from the hole. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna toss some bolt cutters down to you. Get ready.
I will stand probably clear from the hole and let them impact with the floor and then pick them up.
Oh, darn. Okay.
Corin is gonna say, are you gonna catch these? Because I don't want them to hit the cement floor and break, and then they're useless. Because that's what would happen.
So now there is not a patch of cement floor. Right there, there is a broken table that you landed on.
How do you feel about it landing on a broken table?
Using my engineering and machines and all of that knowledge that I have of devices and stuff like that, how do I feel about bolt cutters falling from this height and landing on a broken wooden table?
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Still,
These are really well
All right.
made.
I go, okay, I just toss them.
Clang, 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 clang. Hits the wood, bounces onto the cement, and breaks. No, I'm kidding. It's fine.
I shall retrieve the cutters and go clip the chain.
All right.
Hold
That
the
Meet
door
you around
closed.
there.
Is going to be
I'm
a
gonna-
strength test, difficulty 4.
Ooh.
Oh,
While she's
that's
doing that, I'm
tough.
gonna go around and meet her there.
Okay. While all this is going on, Quinn, you just cooking? What's going on?
No, after I yelled, "Did you need rope?" and he said, "I have some, but we could use more," I would go to the car to get rope.
Okay.
So I would have gone to go get whatever amount of rope I could find in the car and bring it back to the door.
So Isaac, you're
And-
kind of standing by the cellar door as Quinn, laden with a coil of rope, walks up to you.
Did you get her out yet, or do we need the rope still?
I'm not sure. I thought I heard. I'm not. It seems like Corin had some idea inside. I don't know if it needs more rope or not.
Corin, you turn the corner and see the two of them.
I
Rope?
look at the rope, the sheer volume of rope that she has, and I go, how deep did you think the basement was?
I don't know.
All
I'm
right.
just prepared.
All right, well, that's good. Just drop it. We might need it if we can.
Oh,
If she can't use the bolt cutters on here, we'll have to go back in there and use the rope.
okay.
So, Nell, difficulty 4 strength test
Alrighty.
to try to use the bolt cutters to snap the chain.
Can I fashion with some of my own rope sort of a system to make, sort of just trying to push them together to make something that I can twist that would pull them together to make it a bit easier for me.
It'll take a little bit of time, but yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, so I'll use a bit of wood from the broken table, like a table leg, and then my rope to sort of make something to twist rather than push to make it a bit easier.
So we'll step that down to difficulty 3.
Alrighty.
9 or better.
I think that's as good as I've got. So let's give it a try.
It's getting very
12.
dark. Oh, you would have been fine anyways. It's starting to get kind of dark outside. The rain's picking up a little bit more. There's a bit more lightning clashing overhead. As now, between claps of thunder, you twist, and finally the chain link snaps. And you're able to pull the chains off and throw the doors open to see your allies. Tyler.
Quick question.
Voila!
While she was doing that, before she would have got able to do that, I looked to Quinn and I go, Quinn, can I borrow those binoculars that I made you?
Oh, sure. She'll pull them out of her bag.
First thing I do is I turn on night vision and I scan the cornfields and all around.
Okay. Let's do mental 4.
I have identifying that I have not got to use for anything because I don't know what it's for.
It's for if you like find an object that you don't know what it is, you can use that, I believe, to identify what it is.
Isn't the world an object, really?
No. It is a world.
19.
Okay.
I'm gonna blow all this before we fight something.
So there's a lot of corn that sort of dips down a little bit and then goes for quite a ways until there's a hill on the far side of the property. Maybe a half a mile away. It's hard to tell. There's so much space out here, and the corn is just this solid, even height across the whole place. All nice, lush and green, too. The flashes of lightning are kind of disrupting your night vision ever so slightly, but you think you see not movement out there, but something reflecting in the lightning flashes interspersed amongst the corn.
With that, knowing that the lightning was there, as I'm scanning, I quickly hit a button to switch to infrared.
The field is all one even temperature.
Okay. So I'm not getting any sense of any other like living creatures or anything, or high body heat.
Nope, not that you can see.
Only thing I saw was something was reflecting out in the cornfield.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I give them back, and I guess as she breaks free, I go, something's reflecting out in the cornfield. Could I make out anything about it?
Not really. It might have just been lightning. You're not entirely sure.
There's something reflecting out in the cornfield, I think. I'm not sure what it is.
Probably broken farm equipment.
No body heat signatures, though.
I guess probably should get out of this rain, huh?
Yeah.
Did you find anything in the basement?
Not yet. Well, I found some food, if you guys want to gather that up.
Aaron,
But there's another room that I haven't
Yes.
taken a look at yet.
would you roll me a d20?
I would love to roll you a d20.
Thank you.
13.
So here's your...
Thank you.
Take the bolt cutters, put them in my bag.
Right. You
Quinn's
may all
got the-
continue.
The rope pile in her arm still. She didn't drop it. She's just awkwardly holding it.
I mean, should we? You could put that down.
I don't want it to get dirty.
You don't want the rope to get dirty? What did you think we were going to use
It's
it for?
muddy. Look at the rain's making it all muddy. I don't want to get it all muddy.
Should we explore this basement a little bit now that we're all four together? And Nell said there was food. Might not be a bad idea to take some stuff.
Oh, okay.
Also, we're salvage.
Yeah,
Exactly.
as long as the floor's not gonna bust through into a second basement, then sure.
That would be cool.
Did it seem stable down there?
Yes, it was
Oh.
very stable.
Okay. You didn't seem sure. I'm not.
The table I landed on wasn't so stable, but that worked out
Okay.
to my advantage.
All right. Well, let's take a look really quick before we call it.
I have a question, Ryan. How much difficulty am I having moving around with that?
Quite a bit.
internal damage?
You all
Yeah.
actually notice Nell kind of like holding her side and having some very quick, shallow breaths.
I think we need to get you patched up, actually.
Yeah. Right. Are you? Do you need to take the look at that? Do we need to see if you're?
In a moment. Let's go check out the basement.
Do I notice any blood or anything?
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna finally push my way through that red door.
As you do, there's a loud clap of thunder and a brilliant flash of lightning, which you see perfectly through the shattered window on the far end of the room. At one point, this was a bedroom. The moldering remains of a dresser, a bed, a desk, kind of scattered about, but they're ripped to shreds. And partly draped over the bed is what looks to be a body.
Is it dark in here like we have flashlights?
It's gotten very dark, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the body look like?
As you peek your head in, looks like it's been there for a long time. Not just years, but possibly decades.
Like, does it look just old?
Covered
Or
in
does it-
cobwebs.
Like, is it decaying at all?
No, in fact, it seems to be mummified.
That's weird.
Nothing about this place is good.
I'm gonna look for valuables.
Okay. You start to open some of the drawers. There's moth-eaten, moldering clothing. Give me anybody who wants to search this room, just in general for any valuables, can give me a mental test. We're calling it a difficulty 4.
Sure.
I would like to just view the space with my binoculars. Now that I've remembered that he gave me those cool binoculars, I'm like, oh, maybe I should just look around the house since it's so dark.
I
So
got a
you-
15.
You're
I got
using
15.
the night vision, or what are you? What are you doing?
I'll start with the night vision, and then
Okay.
I'll use the infrared second, depending on.
I'll
if
step
I
you
see
down in
anything.
a level for that.
I had an 18.
Okay, Isaac.
I'm also. Oh no, never mind. That's foraging, which isn't. This isn't foraging.
Not really, no. Foraging would actually be a really easy check. You can just go out into the cornfield.
Yeah. Oh, are you kidding me?
What'd you
Got a
get?
1.
Oh no!
Oh no.
She's looking at
The
him.
mummy
She's looking at
stands
him
up.
through the. She's looking at him through the wrong way. Like, it's just turned around. Everything's so
Alright.
far away.
So as we'll start with Quinn, then we'll get to everybody else's rolls in just a
Throw those
second.
in the
But Quinn,
garbage.
as you're kind of looking around with the night vision, I want you to roll me a d6.
Okay. It's 4.
1, 2, 3, 4. Isaac, you kind of turn with your flashlight, and you flash it ever so briefly right across Quinn's face.
Oh.
The light stabs you in the eyes, Quinn. You are blinded for a little bit here.
My eyes.
Sorry.
Isaac.
And
I-
you drop the
God.
binoculars.
Oh.
Son of a.
Fortunately, it's carpeted floor, so it kind of just bounces in the spongy, mold-covered floor. But yeah, is what it is. What did Nell get?
No, I only got a 7. She's just moving slowly.
She doesn't find anything. Corin,
She's off put by the body.
I got a 15.
15, pretty good. Okay. And Isaac got an 18.
Yep.
Okay. Isaac, the reason you were pretty excited and kind of like turning back to look at everybody, which is when you blinded your ally, is you find a first aid kit, and upon opening it open, it's not a first aid kit. It is drugs.
Okay, then.
Awesome.
Hell yeah.
And
Get
also
lit.
about $300 in cash.
We have morphine, and now we have other drugs
Mm-hmm.
and cash.
Let's get lit.
Okay.
Corin,
that kinda
as
game
you're
now.
kind of looking through the desk, you find what appears to be a journal, but it's falling apart. You do find some pencils and pens that are probably still salvageable.
We'll
And
take those,
you
but I will
find
also
a
take the journal.
pencil sharpener.
I'll definitely take that.
Huh.
It's easier than using a knife.
Mm-hmm. And also very hard to find nowadays.
Can I read the journal at all?
No, it is completely waterlogged, and as you're sort of looking, the desk is right underneath the broken window. The desk is covered in glass.
Or like something broke in?
Mm-hmm.
Or were they trying to keep trying to keep something out. So I turn around to look at the group and I go, all right. They were trying to keep something out of this basement. Also, there's a mummified body in here. Quinn, what happened?
My Isaac blinded me.
Not on purpose.
Well, I would hope not.
Are those drugs?
Apparently.
How do you know what drugs
Nelly,
are?
how do you so readily recognize that they're drugs?
I mean,
You're about the same distance as I am from them.
The truth
No
comes
comment.
out.
If you're a cop, you have to,
Flynn
if you're a
from
cop,
school.
you have to tell us.
I am definitely not a cop.
That's what a castle guard would say.
My curiosity is going to get the better of me. I want to just kind of get a closer look at the body.
Okay. It's face down on the bed. The lower portion of it that was on the floor has sort of rotted away, but the remains of it from essentially the knees up is completely mummified.
Okay, I'm not gonna touch it. So it's like half on the bed, like it was kneeling, over the bed,
Or thrown into that position, yes.
cool, but mummified.
Hmm?
All right, let's get out of here. This is not. I don't like it. There's a mummified most of a body
Okay.
and drugs. Keep those. We're taking them.
I'll make sure to pick up my binoculars and put them back in my bag.
You kind
I
of
see
feel
the-
around in the muck of the floor to find your binoculars.
Those were
Man,
hard to
this
make.
Tell Isaac not to blind me next time.
Isaac, come on. Come on,
sorry.
man. Come on.
I'd like to use an action to make a recovery roll.
Okay. Kind
That's all.
of lean against the dresser and
Yeah.
just steady yourself for a second. Catch your breath.
Let's all head
Ooh,
to the
good roll.
SUV.
Yeah, oh, nope, that one. Yeah.
So as you all head out of the room, the rain has picked up pretty significantly, and the open cellar doors are just, there's a stream of water kind of pooling down them.
Yeah, you could use this. So.
It feels good.
All right, I grabbed the rope that I assume Quinn dropped, or were you just carrying it the whole time?
I would assume I dropped it with the binoculars.
Okay, well, make sure to get the rope because
Yeah.
head to the head to the SUV.
Okay.
We can patch Nell up, and we can examine the drugs.
The identify skill will come in handy.
Oh, I've been waiting. Let's take a look at those drugs. Isaac, what do we got here?
Expert.
Unfortunately, Isaac doesn't really have any skill set. Corin's identify would probably be better.
I was about to say I got identifying, and I got a couple things that I can use to, like, I don't know, just make it easier on myself. But also, I feel like Quinn would help me because Quinn, Quinn, don't you know doesn't your character know biology or anything like that?
No. I've got scan.
I don't know what
That
does.
just kind of tells. That one's always confused me exactly what it tells. It kind of tells like power level if it's like something inside it, or
how powerful are these
yeah,
drugs?
how powerful are these drugs?
Is this the good stuff?
Yeah, I don't think it would probably be able to tell like what's in it with it.
I guess if anybody wants to help, otherwise I'm just going to use predictive equation and identifying.
Okay. So
Although it says like you might learn that a creature standing before you was a mammal with a small brain. What? This description is so weird.
it's a very rude thing to say about Isaac.
Yeah. You analyze the scene of a crime. Blah, blah, blah. Maybe learn to do so. You must collect. I have lab analysis, but I think
You need a lab.
I would need a lab for that.
What does he need
like
for a
mobile
lab? Because I really outfitted this SUV.
You do not have a lab. Unless you want to spend 3 experience points to put a lab in your SUV.
No, but that's a new motivation for Isaac.
Hey,
Build a mobile lab.
Goals.
That's something the group could do because that benefits the group.
Does it?
How does it not? Define how a portable lab does not benefit the group.
It's fair enough. I can't.
And that is science.
I learned something today.
Only thing I learned is don't look through binoculars around Isaac.
It was the one time.
I'll never forget.
He got excited. He found
I'll
drugs.
never forget.
We
Nell
got
has learned
drugs.
nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, everything that can get us money. We got money and we've got drugs, which can get us more money.
All right, what can we discover about these drugs?
Looking them over, it's actually pretty obvious that you've got a little bit of marijuana and a little bit of cocaine. Not a lot of it, but the money makes you think that they were probably dealing. So there are a number of baggies and scales and stuff in the kit as well.
How illegal are these drugs in today's society?
Marijuana is not. That's
Good.
readily grown. And cocaine it's not native to this climate, so
Yeah.
it is not around here.
So like
It's
we wouldn't
worth
get
a lot.
we wouldn't get in trouble if like the Knights or something caught us and they're like, "You got drugs."
Not for the marijuana, at least. They probably question us about what we're doing with a non-indigenous substance.
If anything, I'd be like, "You can have it."
Are you trying to bribe a knight of Snelling? Because
Yeah,
if
is it
so,
working?
it's working.
Will always be my answer if they're like, "You trying to bribe me?" Yeah. How's it going?
Is it work? It depends. Is it working?
So yeah, you've successfully identified it. Did you want to spend the XP to put in a lab or not? No? Okay.
I only
I
have
don't have
one.
any XP to
I
spend.
only have one XP, so maybe later.
You're all
Yeah.
crammed into the SUV again. Quinn, your fire has been extinguished by the steady stream of water. Nell, it's hurting quite a bit to sit in this position.
Did we get any? Did we get any of the food?
I don't know. Did you grab any of the food?
Nell didn't. Nell's just in pain, so she didn't grab
I was
any of the
too blind
flowers.
to do anything.
I'll go get some of the food. Quinn, could you please make sure Nell doesn't bleed out?
Isaac, Isaac will help.
I'm fine.
Corin,
I'm
thank you.
fine. It's just
Shut
a
up.
little tender.
Shut up.
Let me
Falling
look.
into damn houses.
Sorry, John, what were you saying?
Isaac would. I was just specifying that Isaac would probably help Corin grab as much food as they could carry.
Okay.
Please-
So
please
the two
do.
of you grab a empty box out of the back that you were going to fill up with salvage and head out into the rain. Meanwhile, Quinn, what are you going to do for now?
I'll definitely check her for any type of, make sure there's no punctures or anything bleeding, and then just kind of generally check her. I'm trained in first aid, so I would have like a good idea, I think, about an injury if she had one. So I just
Okay.
kind of give her a look over to see what the
We're going to call
The
this
problem.
a mental 2.
Okay. And that includes my first aid knocking it down?
Mental 1.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
It's going to be 1.
It's a 6.
Yeah, fine with the 2. Okay. So, Nell, you take off your jacket, and as you lift up your shirt in the area that's really hurting, Quinn, it is black and blue. Deep
Just a little bruising.
bruised across the entire side of her body. As you kind of inspect the wound, it isn't bleeding. You don't think anything's broken. You think that Nell probably bruised a couple of ribs in the fall, but it'll heal with time.
Do I have? I'm assuming I don't have anything that would be like an ice pack or anything like that in my first aid kit,
No,
or
you do
anything
not.
that. Yeah.
You have
Got
icy
icy
hot.
hot. Got icy hot. There you go.
But that makes it hot.
But
Eventually.
first icy.
But first,
Icy,
it's,
but
yeah,
then
first
hot.
it's cold. You just take it off and you wait.
Yeah, it's just I'll just inform her that this is bruised pretty bad, but she should be okay.
Give her some cocaine.
I'll probably just like I'll take like some rag, like a rag I have, or a cloth that I have probably just with me, and put it out in the rain to get it nice and cold with the water, and like just put it over the bruise to kind of just like let that cold water.
Okay.
And she's also gonna just enjoy the water too.
So, Nell,
The,
you will have...
the mask would probably help at this point if she's needing water, because it was designed to kind of help her catch her breath.
Nell, you will have a more difficult time with quick reactions as a result of this.
Okay.
Okay. Meanwhile, Corin and Isaac, you've gotten to the cellar door. Did anybody close the cellar door?
We probably just left it wide open.
Okay.
Open.
The water is flowing in a steady stream now. I need you both to make a difficulty 1 speed test to not fall on your butt and fall down the stairs.
3 makes it.
It barely does, but yes. The 5 also does. You have kind of a couple scary moments where you sort of slip, but you catch yourself, and you're very careful the rest of the way down. There's now about a ½ inch of water across the entire floor in the basement.
All right, let's make this quick. I don't like it down here.
Yeah.
You fill up one of the boxes with pickles and pickled asparagus and eggs and just all sorts of goodies.
That are still good.
It's all fine.
Good, 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 good.
Or at least you think it is.
Well, we'll find out.
Seals all seem intact. There's a couple of them that look like they've probably been exposed to the air, so you leave those. But
Yep.
yeah, in all, you get about 14 jars of preserves.
Dope. Let's get out of here, please.
Yeah.
Once again, carefully making your way up the steps. This time it's a lot harder because of the rain and the big box that you're both kind of helping carry. I'm not going to have you roll for it, but you do manage to get out of the hole and back to the SUV.
I'm going to close the doors.
It helps a little bit. Okay. You get back to the SUV. You see the bruising on Nell.
tis but a flesh wound.
I'm fine. It looks worse than it is.
Nope. You'll need to rest. Luckily this is mostly a driving thing, so.
So you all pile into the SUV as the rain pelts down on it. What are you going to do for the next few hours here? Are you going to turn in for the night? Are you trying to
have dinner.
cook some food, or?
Yeah, I'm sure we have some cold rations and things like that we don't need to cook, that we can eat. Snarf down.
Absolutely do. And you do manage to have a nice meal, such as it is. It's becoming very warm inside the car. The windows are starting to steam up quite a bit.
I just crack each of them just ever so slightly so water can't get in, but air can escape.
It helps a bit.
So there's a mummified body down there. Most of a body.
Yeah.
Chains on the inside, and the window of the bedroom was shattered inside, so something broke in.
It did. I guess it seems that way. Yeah.
Let's keep a very, very close eye out tonight, even though we're all sleeping in here. Let's keep our eyes open.
Yeah.
We still doing a watch then?
I said we should do a watch, but we can stay in the SUV.
Yeah, stay in the SUV. Just stay awake.
Listen. Watch out the windows and the windshield.
Okay.
You setting a watch order, or are you just going to wing it?
I think Nell should probably be last.
Yeah. Can Nell not watch and the rest of us all still get a night's sleep?
You'll be a little tired tomorrow, but yes, you could probably pull that off.
And we're driving anyway, so probably okay.
Yeah, because driving while you're tired is a great idea.
I'll sleep while you drive. It'll be fine.
Why not let
you guys can drive while you
Corn
can sleep while I drive?
Corn can go
That's fine.
first and then spend the rest of the night sleeping.
Yeah,
So he can
first
drive,
watch and I can get a
and
decent
then-
night's sleep.
Mm-hmm.
He'll
sleep.
like tag me, and then I'll go, and then I'll tag Quinn.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine, guys. I can take a watch. It's fine. I'll take first watch.
Shut
Or
up.
second watch after
Stop.
Corn.
Stop. You're stubborn. Stop.
No helping. You need to rest.
Yep.
As you take that long breath, you suddenly feel a huge twinge of pain from the
Exactly.
bruising.
No watch is for you. If you attempt to take a watch, we each are gonna poke you in that bruise.
Ugh.
Fine.
So as you kind of all situate yourself for some sleep, get your bedrolls and kind of turn them into blankets, curl up on the benches of the seats. Corin, you're taking first watch?
Sure am.
Okay, still raining pretty heavily during the start of your watch, but go ahead and roll me a D100.
So, point of fact, I would say that I would tell everybody while we're doing the watches, let's use Quinn's binoculars for.
Yes.
Don't let someone flash you in the eyes.
We're using them individually.
It
That
hurts.
shouldn't be a problem.
I don't recommend it.
I know full well what would happen, so
Okay.
I'll be doing multiples of just like looking and then using night vision and then infrared, just making sure I get a look at everything.
Okay.
There's an 18.
Was that a D20 or was that a D100?
Oh, did you want a D100?
I wanted a D100.
Where's my D100? Oh no! Oh god, no! No, Dart, you can't. Don't try and eat the fruit.
Oh, he dropped it. It wasn't a low number. Okay.
What happens when you roll a natural 1 on the D100, right?
That is
Nothing good.
That is an 89.
You win the game.
Which game is that?
Just the
89.
game overall. Hey, you roll a 1. No, actually, you lose. If you roll a natural 100 on a D100, you win, and the game is over.
I suppose if you're going high, yeah. So 89. Corin, you settle in. The storm is directly on top of you, and as you try to use the binoculars, particularly keeping an eye towards that cornfield, it's very difficult because every time there's a major lightning flash, it's blinding. It gets to the point where you really can't use them right now.
I use infrared every now and then just to.
That is a little bit better. There's momentary flashes of heat from the lightning, but it's not as bad. But there's nothing out there. It is a cool, even temperature across the entire field, which is constantly in motion with the wind pushing the corn around.
Okay.
As your watch passes, you let it go for an extra half hour to accommodate the extra time you need for 3 watches instead of 4. And how do you wake up Isaac? Isaac's
like
shotgun, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I just kind of shake him on the shoulder. Isaac.
All right. And Isaac rubs a little sleep out of his eye and holds his hand open for the binoculars.
Hand him to him, and then I just pull my bedroll up and go to sleep.
All right. Isaac, the storm is starting to pass. It's still raining pretty heavily, but the lightning flashes are a little bit more interspersed with the claps of thunder. Why don't you go ahead and roll me a D100?
Yep. 29.
Okay. And I need a D20 roll too.
All right. Nat 20.
Yeah.
Making up for last 2 weeks ago.
All right. So, Isaac, as you are kind of looking through the binoculars out towards the cornfield, kind of scanning towards the front of the vehicle, back, just making these slow, repetitive motions over and over, getting a good look. You sort of set the binoculars down for a second and are just kind of looking out the window. There's a flash of lightning, and in that flash, you're fairly certain you saw a person right in front of the car.
Oh boy. Yeah, I immediately pull the binoculars back up and use night vision.
Night vision? No one there.
Switch to infrared.
That's weird. There's the shape of a person. There's another flash of lightning, and you're not quite quick enough to lower the binoculars and look to see if that shape was still there or not. But as you raise them up again, it's gone. It's not there anymore.
Oh boy. I probably just have the knife ready because I don't think the pike would be a good
Nope.
for this environment. But I probably just have the knife at the ready and then make sure to tell Quinn about it when it's my turn, and then make sure, just keep my eyes open in case it shows up again.
Well, it's funny you say that because you hear something at the back of the vehicle now. As you turn to look, you don't see anything. The infrared's not showing anything up. And then you hear scratching on the roof.
Does this wake anybody up?
Not yet. Maybe it's just the rain? Maybe hail. Isaac, what do you do?
Oof. Screw it. I put the knife away. I have the pike at the ready. I unlock only my door and try to quickly jump out and extend it over the roof.
Give me a speed test. Difficulty 6.
Pike training.
Difficulty 5.
Okay. Okay, that should be enough.
15 or better.
Nope, that's a 5.
Okay.
Damn it. Oh, screw it. Take one of these.
All right, I will take that XP for a reroll.
Try it one more time.
Yeah.
Actually, let's put that one aside for right now.
Yeah.
Not in the tension, but let's try a new dice. Same roll.
It's fate.
Yep. Oh well.
Okay. So, it happens very quickly, Isaac. You pop the door open, the sound of rain overwhelms you as you are quickly trying to throw it open and get the pike up. Suddenly, a hand darts down from the roof and grasps you by the throat, pulling you up and out of the car. You still have the pike, but on the roof of the car, a very pale figure is holding you aloft. There is not enough light to see what they look like, but they are squeezing your throat. You take 3 points of might damage. The opening of the door, because the keys are in the ignition, bing, 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 bing. Corin, you wake up. Do Quinn and Nell wake up?
Do we?
I'm asking you.
I don't know how asleep I'd be. She was pretty tired.
Yeah,
I mean,
roll for it if you want.
Nelly was probably zonkied. What I don't know how to roll to tell.
It's
myself.
not a. You just
Pick an
flip a
even
coin,
or an odd.
essentially.
Huh?
Flip a coin.
Well, keep in mind, is it still raining really hard?
It is.
Keep in mind,
One,
the
I'm
door is
awake.
open.
2, I'm not.
The door is open. The thing is dinging. It's raining super hard and lightning and thundering outside.
1, I got a 1 and I was awake.
Okay, Quinn, you start to wake up.
Okay.
What do I see?
Corin, you kind of groggily look around. It can't be morning already. It's not. It's dark out. The dome light has come on. The dinging, the open door, as you look over to Isaac's door, you just see his foot disappear up over the top of the vehicle.
I throw open my door and basically try and run on to the roof, and it's too close. I can't do anything. Like, I have my rifle, but I'm just going to keep it on my back. I'm actually going to draw both the daggers.
Okay, so as you exit the vehicle, how are you running onto the roof?
I'm just kind of like open the door and going to just try and use my just climb onto the roof, like put my foot on the armrest, pull myself up onto the roof.
Okay, so you quickly try to climb up onto the roof of the vehicle.
And I'm gonna stab.
Yep.
Okay, so what we're going to do is, Isaac, I want you to make a speed test, difficulty 6.
Okay.
Sorry, not Isaac. Corin. That was supposed to be
I was
Corin.
like, why is he
Yeah.
making one?
Yeah.
To get out of the way of
to
your
get
stab.
out of the.
I was like, I'm only gonna stab when I can see the thing. I'm not gonna stab Isaac. Unless
This
I
is
get one.
partly to get up onto the roof, partly to make the attack.
So you said this is speed.
Yes,
This is gonna have some effort. So,
fair enough. How
so
much
let
effort?
just one thing of effort.
Okay.
So down to. I don't assume I've healed at all.
Not yet.
Oh, all right. Aha, 14.
14 on a difficulty. So you said 2 levels of effort?
One level of effort.
1 level of effort brought you down to, you needed a 15 or better.
I got a 14.
So it's not a full-on failure. You do manage to start to climb up to the roof, but you see this thing holding Isaac aloft. And as there's a flash of lightning, you see the pale visage, hairless, humanoid creature with long anglerfish-like teeth and just completely whited out eyes. There's something familiar about them. As Isaac, the creature turns its attention from you to Corin and quickly whips you at Corin. The two of you impact and fall into the mud. As the creature screeches, we're going to roll initiative, and that will wake up Nell.
Yep.
With all this activity,
So, difficulty 6 initiative here. Nell, you're going to have a step down from normal, but you would usually have a step up from your impulsiveness,
Yeah.
so it's just a normal roll.
yeah.
16.
Okay, thank you.
What was the difficulty?
6. You need 18
So
or
make
better
that-
to beat it.
Make that a. Well, I'm not gonna beat it because make that a 7 because I've got wide-eyed.
Ouch.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, and it's a nat 1.
Oh, sweet. Fortunately for you, I don't get GM intrusions on initiative.
Exactly.
I feel like
I just
the rolls
assume
I'm
that I'm
making-
completely thrown for a loop and gasping for air after being
Probably.
strangled for like a minute.
The creature had claws, too. It's left gashes in your throat.
Oh, fun.
What did Quinn get?
2.
Cool. And Nell.
Six.
Okay. So the creature gets to go first as it sort of kneels down menacingly over the side of the vehicle, ready to pounce. Isaac, you are on top of Corin at the moment. But the creature does not end up pouncing. Instead, it vanishes.
Like we can't see it anymore, or like it runs away.
It just was there, and then it wasn't.
Oof.
Corin, what would you like to do?
Grab the binoculars.
Okay.
Push Isaac off of me.
Exactly.
The binoculars are in the vehicle.
I know. But I don't stand a chance without some way of spotting this fucking thing.
Okay, so you kind of dash into the vehicle and grab the binoculars off the
But I-
bench.
I'm gonna grab the binoculars, and this sadly means I won't be using my rifle. I'll be using my handgun, my enchanted handgun, because I'm only gonna have one hand. But I throw them on and throw infrared on and just start looking.
Okay.
And if I, while being aware of what heat signatures are my friends, I'm not just gonna fire when I see a heat signature.
Mm-hmm.
But if I see a heat signature, I'm going to very quickly see if it's one of them, and if it's not,
All right. Nell, what would you like to do?
Well, I imagine Nell was sleeping in sort of the cargo space of the SUV. So she's. I hope I can open the sort of the back trunk door
Yep, you can.
from inside here. And I'm just going to shout out what the hell's going on because I didn't see the thing.
Yeah.
As your feet touch down in the long grass of this barnyard, the ground sort of squishes under your toes. as you draw your cutlass.
Yeah, I'll draw my cutlass.
Okay.
If I'm seeing everyone else with weapons out, I'll draw my weapon.
Okay. Now, would you roll me a D6, please?
I would love to. 3.
Okay. Isaac is sort of starting to brush himself off and get up from the ground. As you look at him, this tall, spindly visage appears directly behind him. And I'm going to need a speed defense roll from Isaac.
Oh boy.
Damn,
Can I shout out behind you?
Difficulty 6 down to a 5 with Nell's warning.
All right. 13.
Okay, that's not quite
Put you on
enough.
Detention.
Did you want to use a XP to reroll?
Not this time.
Okay. The creature doesn't grab you this time. Its long fingers just drape over your shoulders as you freeze up in terror. It sinks its fangs into your neck.
Oh.
And that's where we're going to take our break.
Oh.
So, we will be back in 5 to 10 minutes. Stick around. We're going to see what happens to Isaac in just a moment. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to our adventure. We're going to jump right back into this fight as the creature sank its teeth into Isaac's neck. Isaac, you feel them puncture your skin, but you're petrified. You can't move for some reason, but you still take 6 points of damage
Of course.
from your might pool. And we move on from Nell to Quinn, who I believe is still inside the vehicle.
I sure am. Now, does this vehicle, by chance, have a sunroof?
I don't think
Corin,
we established.
does it have a sunroof? You're the one that built it.
Does this SUV have
I mean,
a sunroof?
I didn't put one in, but
You
I'm
get to
trying to-
say right now whether or not it has one, Tyler.
sure.
Flip
it
a
has
coin.
Sure, it has a sunroof.
It has a sunroof.
Why?
I just want to be able to. Like, can I see anything through the roof?
Nope,
Like
nothing's on the roof.
Okay.
This is all happening aside the car now in the grass.
Right. But I just wanted to make, the first you wake up, you hear things above you, and then suddenly things are next to you. I just want to double check there's nothing still above me.
Sure, it has a sunroof. Why not?
Before
Minnesota SUV. Yeah, it's got a sunroof.
So I see. Can we actually see the creature?
You can see the vague outline of it in the dark.
There's like an outline.
Yep.
Okay.
We should fix that if we can. I don't know how.
I don't know if I can. You
I don't
know
if
what?
any of us can.
How about this? I just got this today. I used my XP to buy this.
Okay.
It's called Cutting Light. You emit a thin beam of energized light from your hand. This inflicts 5 points of damage to a single foe in immediate range. The beam is more effective against immobile non-living targets, slicing up to 1 foot of any material that is level 6 or lower. The material can be up to 1 foot thick. So I'm just gonna try and slice its hand. Like, I can see that it's biting him right now.
Mm-hmm.
I would guess if I attempt to slice its head off, do I run the risk of cutting Isaac too?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean,
This is an attack, right?
Yeah.
So it's a speed test for accuracy.
I spend intellect points. It just says action. Let me look at the
Yep, so the intellect points you
description.
spend is what actually lets you use the ability.
Yeah.
And then there's still an attack roll associated with it. It's not an
Yeah, I
automatic
mean,
hit.
it doesn't say anything. Yeah, it just says I emit a beam of light from my hands and admits damage to a foe.
Okay, so it's going to be a difficulty 6 speed test to hit the creature. Actually, we're going to step it down to a 5 because it's feeding.
Okay. I think I'm just gonna try and lob a limb off, like a leg that's not, so I don't have to worry about almost cutting Isaac. I'm just gonna try to immobilize it.
Okay, still a 5, but less chance of hitting Isaac.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yes, that's the goal. That's the goal. I'd like less chance of hitting him.
Yep.
I don't think I have really anything else that would assist me on this. So
Okay, difficulty 5, you need a 15 or better.
you know what? Let's do this.
Everybody holds their breath for just a moment here, I think.
Yep. Gonna have to prepare a new character.
Oh, I got a 13.
Ah.
I'm so close.
So this Quinn, you kind of
Wait, I can't spend any effort now, can I? Because I've already rolled.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
You can spend
Yeah.
XP to reroll.
I
You
don't
don't have
have
any
any
XP.
XP.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. So no effort and everything is before the roll is made.
Yeah.
So, do you roll down the window to do this, or do you step outside the vehicle?
I will roll down the window.
So it takes a second to get the window down, but then you extend your hand out into the rain, the drops hitting your arm as. What does it look like when you use this ability?
It's just like a beam of light that's just kind of comes out of my finger,
So you finger gun.
like a Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yes, spirit gun.
Yeah.
So you spirit gun. Yes, this creature.
Essentially.
The blast goes for a ways into the distance as you just miss, barely miss
What's
the
this
creature.
technique called?
It's hard to see cutting light.
But the light illuminates the creature, and anybody who wants to make a mental test right now, except Isaac, who
Yep.
can see the
I was gonna
creature, can do so. It is going to be a difficulty 4 mental test.
Just to make the figure out more.
Mm-hmm.
We can all do that.
Yep. Anybody who can look at the creature right now.
Cool.
A 5.
5.
That's
no.
That's a 10.
11.
No.
1 under.
No. So yeah, you all none of you get it. Though Corin, as you kind of wheel around, you see that the creature has no body heat.
Oh, now it has no body.
Now it has
heat.
no body heat.
It didn't have body heat before.
You
There was
said
the
that.
outline of a
Outline
person.
of a body.
Oh.
I don't.
It's the same temperature as the air around it, but you can see that there is an outline of a person, like
Oh.
a dead body.
Ah.
Okay.
Okay, that was
I was
Quinn's turn.
I was confused because when he was using infravision, you said we
Yeah.
saw the outline of something.
Yeah, that's what I assumed.
So
Yep.
I didn't
So-
know how we could see the outline.
It is not
in
warm-blooded.
infravision.
No. That is going to be Isaac's turn now. Isaac, you have fangs in your neck. Roll me a D100.
Yep. Here we go.
100 ounces of blood.
Now, what fantasy race should I think of for my next character? 49.
49. Okay. So I'm going to make a note here. Isaac, you are petrified, but you can attempt to break free of this influence. It is going to be a mental test, and it is a difficulty 4 mental test.
Okay. I'm going to exert some effort on this one.
Okay. How much effort?
Just 1.
Okay, brings it down to a 3.
All right. And then Let's see about that. Well, that was a 2. So, try this again.
Okay, I'll take that XP. Thank you very much.
At the different die. And that was a 3. Wow. I was too cocky before. I was cocky with all those nat 20s.
Yeah, you are definitely still in the thrall of this creature and are unable to move.
Yep.
But you don't lose any blood this turn, so...
Oh, good.
But now it's the
Yay.
creature's turn.
Yep.
It is going to deal you another 6 points of damage as it begins to drain your vitality.
So that takes me down to 0 might and lose 2 speed.
Corin,
Yes.
what would you like to do?
So the binoculars aren't doing anything.
You can see the outline of the creature. It's just
That's it.
the same as the ambient air temperature. So you can vaguely make out where it is.
Does he still have a hold of Isaac?
Oh, yeah.
Did I see him take damage from the light spirit gun thing?
No, because it missed. It hit out in the cornfield. The corn's on fire now.
I will. Well, I'm right there next. I'm right there next to him because
Yeah, you are.
biting down on him. So actually, I'm just gonna pull out both of my daggers and just sink them into the creature.
Okay. Normally it's difficulty 6, but your immediate range, the creature does not see you coming because it's feeding. We're going to lower this down to difficulty 4.
I am also going to exert some effort.
Okay, it's a speed test.
Yep. So that lowered it. Also, I'm proficient with daggers. Or I'm trained with daggers.
Trained with daggers. All right, so down to a 2.
$12.
Okay, good enough. How much damage do your daggers do?
They do 2 damage. I don't know if you're counting 2 damage each, but it's
Yep.
just 2 damage per dagger. So
All right, so you sink your daggers into the creature's back. It releases Isaac with its mouth and turns to hiss at you, blood running down its chin.
Oof.
I just hold my daggers at the ready, and I'm just like, hello.
Okay, very Dragonkin thing. Nell.
Can I growl as a dragonkin?
Absolutely.
I growl back. Then. I didn't even think about that. I growl back.
So it's kind of me, Isaac, monster, Corin,
Yes.
as far as. Alright,
With Quinn to the side inside the SUV.
alright. Did Isaac fall to the ground when he fell, or is he standing
No,
on
the
his feet?
creature still has his hands over Isaac's shoulder, and he seems stiff as a board.
Alright. I think I'm just gonna run up to the side of the creature and thrust my cutlass into it.
Okay.
Pretty
So-
straightforward.
It's going to be a difficulty 5 test because Corin has the creature's attention, is lowering it 1 step, but there's not much space between the creature and Isaac. So, only stepping down by 1.
Alright. I am proficient with cutlasses.
Down to a 4.
And is this a speed or
Speed.
might? Speed?
Mhm.
I will spend a point to reduce that
Okay.
again.
Down to a 3. 9 or better.
3. I don't think I've got anything else to apply, so let's do it.
Don't roll a 1.
I rolled an 18.
That's bonus damage.
That's 2 bonus damage, right?
Yes, indeed. How much is it
A
normally?
total of- it's normally 4, so a total of 6.
So your blade stabs through the creature's midsection, straight through. Corin, as it's hissing at you, suddenly you see the tip of the cutlass poke out the side of the creature.
Oh my.
As it turns and realizes that it's flanked. As you withdraw the blade, there is no blood.
Oh.
Quinn.
Hmm.
I mean, it is pale. Maybe it doesn't have any blood.
Definitely gonna try and hit it again with my light.
Okay, it is now only a difficulty
Cutting
5 to start with. Do you want to
Okay.
use any effort?
Yeah, I should probably do that this time. That seems like a good idea.
So you spend it from your speed pool. How much effort are you using?
It says I have 2 effort.
You have 2 possible levels of effort, but you have to spend
Okay.
points from the pool in order to
Okay.
use that effort. Do you have an edge in
And
speed?
then I have 1 edge in,
Okay.
in speed.
So 1 level of effort will cost you 2 points, and the
Okay.
next level of effort would cost you an additional 2 points.
2 points. Okay.
So if
Okay.
you wanted to lower it down to a 3, you could, or you could chance it at a 4.
And how much do I have to roll if it's a 4?
It's the number times 3, so it'd be 12 or better.
12 or better. Okay. Let's just lower it by the 1.
Okay. So we're to a 4. As you once again take aim and... Pachoo!
Please stop failing me. Dice. 11.
So, unfortunately, no. This time, the blast goes right between the creature and Corin, hitting the ground short distance away. You're getting closer,
I'm gonna cry.
but the sudden flash of light, the creature turns its attention to you. But now we're on to Isaac. You're still under the thrall of the creature's touch. It's going to be another mental test. We're down to a difficulty, let's see, I think I said 4 the first time, so we're at a 3.
Alrighty. Nope, that's a 7.
Wow, your dice are not cooperating with you tonight.
Nope, I'm having bad
Same.
dice rolls.
He does not re-sink his teeth into you, but I do need another D100 roll.
Alrighty. That's an 86.
86. Okay, thank you. So Isaac, you are still petrified for a moment, but then the creature suddenly poofs into a mist, releasing you, Isaac, as you sort of fall to your knees, pale and shaking. Okay, Corin, what do you want to do?
So the thing just disappeared into a mist, correct?
Yep. Which is kind of hard to track because it is kind of misty out as the rain is starting to slow down.
Is Isaac still standing?
No, he's on his knees.
Okay, I'm gonna go over to Isaac at least for right now. And I'm gonna yell at everybody and be like, keep an eye out! I don't think it's dead again. I don't know what it is. How does Isaac look?
Isaac is rather pale. There is a large gash on the side of his neck, which is still, well, actually, not bleeding. The blood has already coagulated.
Can you take a breath?
Are you asking Isaac that?
Yes.
John?
Can you breathe? Are you okay? What's up?
I'm probably like cold and shivering and kind of out of it.
Yeah, you've just lost a lot of blood.
All right. Well, I'm gonna help him over to at least the back of the SUV,
Okay.
so maybe we can try and get him patched up while we have time.
Yeah.
I'm going to be using infrared while I'm carrying him, like with the other hand, and I'm like scanning, seeing if I can see the vague outline of anything.
Give me a
now.
perception test. Difficulty is going to be set at a 5.
That is a 19.
There you go.
So as you're approaching the back side of the vehicle, you kind of turn and look back towards Nell. The creature is just starting to form behind Nell.
Can I
Can you what?
shoot it with my gun?
You have to drop Isaac to do it, but yes.
I will.
Okay, Isaac?
As I mutter, sorry, friend. I say sorry, friend, and yell, Nell, look out. With more authority than that.
I just picture Nell
Nell,
hearing
catch.
the sorry friend as a gun is leveled at her.
And then, yeah, and then Nell, get down.
So I'm gonna give you the opportunity here. Do you wait to fire until Nell gets down?
Well, I'm not firing at Nell.
Right, but do you wait?
Okay.
Because Nell's turn is next.
No, I'm gonna trust her to move.
All right, difficulty 6.
Okay,
Speed.
here we go with that.
With your
I'm gonna
enchanted exploding pistol.
You said 6. I'm certainly not using.
Not using the
magic part of
shatter?
it.
Oh,
No.
shoot. Darn. I'm so
Oh.
sad.
How
darn.
close is it to Nell?
It's
Close enough to where
right
if I use-
behind her.
Exactly.
Okay, so no,
exactly
not
like
gonna-
what it was about to do.
Not
to
gonna
Isaac.
use shatter. I'm gonna use 2 points of effort.
Okay, so we're down to a 4.
Oh, I'm so low on speed. Cool beans. Cool beans. Oh. It's a 17.
Hey, good enough. And bonus point of damage.
Oh.
Oh.
So-
The handgun only does 2 points of damage, so that'll be 3.
Okay. So you see the creature and you say, sorry, friend. As you drop Isaac, he kind of slumps against the side of the vehicle and just slides down
Yep.
slowly against the wet surface until he's kneeling again. As you
Yep.
take your handgun, wheeling around, pointing it almost directly at Nell. You warn her, get out of the way. As you pull the trigger, it explodes. The shot, or the report of the shot, echoing across the fields as the slug leaves the chamber and hits the creature directly in the forehead.
And now Nell knows where it is.
It hisses. Nell, it is right behind you. It's your turn. What do you want to do?
I am going to. It's right behind me.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna spin around and slash my cutlass right at its neck.
Difficulty is going to be a 5 here because it's a little disoriented from getting shot in the face.
All right. Training with the cutlass.
Down
And
to a 4.
I will spend another point to reduce it again.
Okay.
Alrighty. So what was that? I rolled an 11. I don't remember.
You
what
needed
the
a 9, so you're good. Go ahead
Okay, good.
and you do 4 damage, I believe.
Yep, 4 damage.
Okay. So you just turn and slash the creature across the mid-body there. There is no blood. Anything else from now?
I would like to shout to Quinn to start the car.
I mean, I think Quinn's more concerned about the blood.
So it is now the creature's deferred turn, as it is going to attempt to slash at Nell. With not its teeth, it's just going to rake at you with its claws. So that's going to be a difficulty 6 speed defense from Nell, up to a 7 because of the bruised ribs.
Oh.
Back down to a 6 with my training in speed defense.
There we go. We're at 18 or better if you want to just roll it.
I will spend a point of effort.
Okay. down to a 5. This thing's tougher than the Manticore.
I think it's tough.
Oh, I also have a point of armor. What does that do?
So armor soaks damage.
Yeah.
So it will reduce the amount of damage that you take.
If I get hit. Alright.
If you get hit. Yeah, you might not get hit.
Was this like a lower vampire from The Witcher? I think it's tough.
Yeah, I don't think I've got anything
Where
yet.
is-
What are we at for
Oh,
the
which-
difficulty?
Sorry,
We're at
what?
a 5?
No, I believe we're at... Well, we started at a 6, went up to a 7, back down to a 6. You used the effort to lower it down to a 5. So yes,
Five.
a 5. 15 or better.
Alright. Let's see how this goes.
Hopefully well.
No.
How-
But I will spend an XP.
Okay. How bad was it? Out of curiosity.
It was a 6.
Okay.
It was a 6.
That's not as bad as it could have been. Could have been a 1. Hello, kitty.
We'll give it another go here.
Yes.
No, it's 10.
Oh,
So I still fail.
not enough. As you try to get out of the way, you kind of slip in the grass. The creature's claws just impact across not just your body, but they hit right at the point where your bruise is.
Oh, I scream in pain.
Oh yeah, no, you take 8 points of damage.
Ooh.
Yowzers.
That puts me at 2, Mike. Oh, wait, do I reduce that by 1?
You do.
So I'm at 3, Mike.
Hey.
Hey.
Quinn, it is your turn.
Okay. Is this gonna be like a third time's a charm thing here with this
I don't know.
this light? Let's hope. Let's try. Let's give it a go.
All right, so it's a speed difficulty 5.
We'll expend. This time I'll expend the just the 2
Okay, so
to
lower
lower
it by
it
1
the
to a 4.
effort.
And the way the situation is set up,
Mhm.
Nell is almost intersposed between you and your shot of the creature, but there's just enough of a gap that you can take the shot.
Okay.
If you roll a 1, you might hit Nell.
No whammies, no whammies, no whammies. A 12. That's
Was
not
it?
it.
No, you
You said a
lowered it by
4.
1 to a 4, which is 12. You got it
There
exactly.
you go.
Did I get it finally?
Finally.
Yes.
This beam of light passes over your shoulder, Nell, and hits the creature directly in the chest. It does 5 damage normally, right?
Yes, it says inflicts 5 points of damage to a single foe.
It seems to do a lot more than that to the creature.
Oh.
As
Hell
its skin crackles and burns and sizzles where it was hit. Okay,
Bad.
Isaac, you are
Try
free
this
of the
again.
creature's influence. You're just kind of leaning against the vehicle, a little disoriented. What do you want to do?
Want to take advantage of that recovery action you got?
Yeah, probably try to recover what I can.
Okay.
So how do I go about just...
So a recovery roll is 1d6 plus your tier, I believe.
Okay, so that's 1d6 plus 1.
So whatever you roll, you can split that amongst your pools however you like.
Okay. 5, so that's a 6, and I'm just going to pump that into might for right now.
Okay.
Just because that's at a 0.
Is this the first time someone other than Nell has done a recovery roll?
I believe so.
I think so. And I mean, yeah. Isaac
I've
had his
never
blood,
done one.
blood drained from him. So yeah, I think that's my turn then, right?
Yep.
Alrighty.
Hey, Nell, also remember your mask does special things for recovery.
It does.
No, I remember.
One time.
The creature is going to try to bite Nell. Speed 6, defense.
It goes up, it goes down.
Yep.
And then I'll apply 1 effort.
Okay, so we're down to a 5.
And that really is all I have. Can I just throw myself to the ground to make it a bit easier to dodge it?
If you're willing to put yourself prone, I will lower it another level.
Alright, yep.
So we're to a 4, I believe.
The bodies hit the floor.
It might be.
Let's see, what do we get here? Oh my gosh. There's another XP for you, Ryan.
Yeah, I'll take that. Thank you.
The XP dragon over there.
I have a lot. Y'all spend it, which
Yeah,
is
I
good.
did.
That's what it's there for. You're supposed to spend it.
I got a 13!
You got a 13?
Yes!
That's enough. You needed a 12. So as the creature is like hurt, it's snarling, it throws its, not just its body, but just its head seems to kind of dart towards you, trying to bite your exposed flesh, Nell, as you just kind of almost push off the creature and fall back prone against the muddy grass. Which opens us up to Corin's turn.
How far away did Nell get from the creature?
Nell is on the ground in front of the creature.
Yeah, I'm not in a good spot.
She didn't like throw herself 10 feet back or anything. She just fell back. But she avoided a bite.
I had an idea, but I don't know if I can do it.
Only one way to find out.
Well, there's one thing that I never used, but I kept from the boat race, and that is the canister of the highly flammable liquid combined with a flash bomb.
So you're talking about the thermite?
Yeah, the thermite that,
Well, thermite's not a liquid. It is a powder.
Or not the liquid, yes. But we agreed that if I combined it with a flash bomb that had ignition powder, if it was smashed, it would be bad.
Yeah, it
anything
would be.
that was close to it.
Do it.
How's this thing looking after everything we've done?
Not great. Not great.
Okay, so maybe like
That's why I'm
Its
trying to
skin,
bite you.
it's the flesh on its chest is still crackling and peeling back, almost like the light damage that it took is eating away at it. You can barely see it because of the lightning, but when it is dark, there's this sort of reddish glow from that wound. Isaac's blood is still like...
I'm going to... What is the shatter? You said it's like 1 to 2 feet?
Yeah, it's very immediate.
So Nell's on the ground. So if I shot that thing in the wound and hit shatter, it wouldn't hit Nell.
Theoretically.
Theoretically. That's what I'm going to try and do.
Sounds good. All right, so that's going to be a difficulty 6 speed.
All right. I'm trained with guns.
So we're down to a 5, I believe.
Trying to see if there's anything else. Oh, predictive equation. I would need another action, so I can't do that.
We're at a 5. Any effort?
I only have 1 speed.
So no effort.
No. Because it costs 3 to do an effort, correct?
If you have a point of edge, it's only 2.
I have a point of edge. That's why I was wondering if it was 3 or 2.
Yeah,
So
it's 2.
just 2 and have an edge. I just can't do that. Okay, so I'm gonna roll for it.
All right, so we're at difficulty 5, I believe we said. So that is 15 or better.
Yep. Here's an XP.
What'd you roll?
Oh boy.
14.
Oh, that's heartbreaking.
That's why I was like, no, not gonna let it.
That's your last XP too.
Yep. 17.
There it is. Bonus point of damage. So you level the gun, your hand almost shaking slightly. You're actually quite afraid in this moment. You haven't felt a fear this deep in quite some time. Even facing down the manticore right in front of you and sticking your gun into its eye, you didn't feel this terror. And you squeeze the trigger. It hits right in the center mass. And there's this momentary pull of energy inwards, and then it suddenly expands outwards rapidly. How much damage do you do?
2 regular, 3 for the 17, and then I think Shatter does an extra point of damage
That is correct.
in addition to it expanding like that.
Okay.
So yeah.
There is now a gaping wound. Its ribs have kind of splayed open. You can see the creature's gnarled heart in the soft red light of the wound. Okay, Corin, that leaves us then to Nell.
Alright, I'm on the ground now.
You are.
Yeah, you heard that shatter go off right above you.
Yep.
What are we doing?
I think, since I'm not looking good, I would like to actually use my Fleet of Foot ability to scramble over to the car and get inside the driver's seat to turn it on.
Okay. So
Basically, how Fleet of Foot... How it reads is, if you succeed at a difficulty 2 speed roll, it says run, you can move a short distance and take an action in the same round. In this context, I feel I'd be scrambling to the car and climbing inside
That's
it.
absolutely within the bounds of that ability. Why don't you go ahead and make your difficulty 2 speed roll? But we're going to make it a difficulty 3 because of the injury you've suffered.
I have such bad news right now for this plan, actually.
Oh no.
But go ahead.
I'm going to spend a point of it. I'm going to spend a point to
Fair.
reduce it.
Down to a 2.
So difficulty 2.
6 or better.
2. 12.
Good enough. You scramble across the wet grass, slipping a couple times as you get to the vehicle. The door is already open as you climb in. Corin, did you take the keys with you when you left?
I'm trying to decide. There's no way under normal circumstances Corin doesn't always have the keys on him.
Well, you would have been sleeping in the driver's seat, and they were in the ignition we established earlier because the indicator light when the door opened was going off.
Yeah.
So actually, no, I don't have them.
All right.
They are
so
in
they
the
are
ignition.
in the ignition.
you go.
You turn it. You've never driven a car before. It kind of starts to turn over, but it's not going. You start to kind of like press the pedals, and then it roars to life.
Here we go.
All right, so that's Nell's turn. Quinn,
She
what do
wonders
you
why I
wanna
won't
do?
let her drive.
Continue to my efforts of blasting it with that light since it's been working thus far.
Okay, it's a little disoriented. It's wide open, and you have a perfect shot at its heart. Difficulty is only going to be 4 this time.
Yeah. And I'm still gonna spend a point of
Down to
effort
a 3.
to blast it. Sorry, I'm trying to minus all the points out of my pool.
No, go ahead.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. Come on. 11.
On a 3, yeah, that hits.
Yep.
Yeah.
So this time you kind of lean out the window a little bit as you extend your arm, steadying it with your other hand. You push down your thumb, and the beam of light hits directly in the creature's heart, burning it as the creature suddenly ignites this brilliant, shining beacon of light against the darkness around it as it begins to turn to ash and crumble into a pile of bone and dust.
I have to watch Yu Yu Hakusho again now. The only like
Quinn.
the 6th time I've watched it.
Oh,
so.
yeah.
You have slain the vampire.
Yeah.
Everybody's kind of silent for a moment as you all catch your breath. You wait a moment. Creature does not come back.
Quinn's gonna check on Isaac's wounds.
Corin's gonna fall down to his knees because he only has 1 speed left.
You were very much out of breath. What is Nell doing in the car?
Um,
Disappointed now because I assume you were gonna try and hit the creature.
well, that was one thought I had, but I also thought I could turn the headlights on, and that might help a little bit.
Blinded
Yeah.
or something, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I will, realizing that the danger's gone, I will remove the keys and hand them to Corin.
They
Or
don't
just
come out
takes
at
them.
first. You figure out you have to actually turn it off before you take the keys out.
Yeah.
How does this work?
Nobody told her. She knows how
Corin
to
is
There's
out
no
of-
driver's
boat.
education.
No, there's not.
No.
Quinn's gonna check over everybody for like wounds and stuff that to see if there's anything if she needs to patch anybody.
Isaac's neck is ripped open.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, okay. She's gonna definitely put the med kit to work on that. And probably the sewing kit too, to be honest.
Okay.
We got morphine, we got cocaine, and we got marijuana.
Yep.
Isaac, it doesn't.
Something to help.
It
The
doesn't.
wound on Isaac's neck doesn't actually hurt. Maybe it's just the blood loss and you're in shock, but you don't feel anything.
Yeah, I'm sure
Guys,
that's...
if he turns into a vampire,
Yeah.
we gotta kill him.
Oh no.
What is
We
the
gotta take him
what is
out.
left of the vampire?
Not much.
Bones?
There's a
Just
couple
bones
of
and dust.
larger bones, but they're blackened. Do you search through the remains?
I want to grab one of the blackened bones, and I want to take some of the ash.
The
I
rain
wanted
has
to poke.
stopped.
Okay.
Clarity?
I wanted to poke through the ash to see if there was anything interesting or valuable.
Give me a mental test, difficulty 3.
Sure. $19.
So you find a couple of gold teeth.
Ooh.
All right.
You also find a ring.
Some more bling bling.
Nice.
When we encountered this, you said it looked vaguely familiar.
Yeah.
Can I, now that I have time to think about it, can I discern why it looked familiar?
As you're thinking about it, and as Nell pulls the teeth out of the ash, you're pretty sure you saw a gold tooth in the body in that bedroom downstairs.
Oh.
Does it have its legs, though?
Yeah.
Or did it have its legs?
It did.
It's weird.
Hmm.
Corin goes to stand and then just kind of falls down. It's just like, I can't breathe right now.
Are you okay?
I'm just out of breath.
Okay.
As you kind of all catch your breath, there is an unnatural stillness here. You do not hear any insects, you do not hear any frogs, just the wind in the corn and the creak of the building. That's it.
Okay, bye. Let's go.
Yep.
What was that
Get in the
ring that I
car.
found?
It's a ring. What
What
do you?
kind? What,
It's just a gold ring.
gold ring?
Just a band. Gold
Yep,
band.
just a gold band.
Alright.
Actually, you know what?
I.
It's not just a gold band. It's a class ring
Ooh.
Oh.
for Samhain High.
Of course, that's what it's called.
Samhain, of course, being the Halloween capital of the world, located here in Minnesota, as established in our Halloween special last year.
All right, let's
Alright.
drive. We're not staying here.
You're not driving.
I am fine. I'm out of breath.
Well.
Yeah. Do you?
mm,
How do you drive?
I mean, I'm sure I could do it.
Oh no, nope. No.
Why?
Fine.
Cause
Fine, I'll drive.
no,
Who would
not
you
after what I
rather
just.
drive? Me
Not after what I just
or
saw.
no? Who would you rather drive right now?
I'd rather me drive. That's who
But
I'd rather
you're.
drive.
I don't know if you feel well enough to drive.
I have no bodily wounds.
Okay.
I need somebody to roll me a d6.
I already got one.
Okay.
5.
Cool. And then I need somebody to roll me a d100.
I want to do it.
Do it.
Okay.
Do it. Another vampire.
53.
Oh, no.
Another vampire.
10 more vampires
Oh.
show up.
I can do this all day.
Ooh.
Yep.
I could do this all day. I'll just go pow pow pow.
Yeah, you can see.
I can't.
My new nickname is the Vampire Destroyer.
Quinn the Vampire
I'm the
Slayer.
Vampire Slayer.
Yep.
There we go.
Yeah.
At least with this one, we are pretty sure, like, from probably legends and books, we're probably like, it's a fucking vampire.
I need a d6 roll.
Okay, I'll do this one.
Thank you.
Wee! 4.
Okay. Thank you
You need
very much.
If you need another roll, I got it.
All right.
You do. Just roll something for fun.
That's it. That's all I needed. So you're arguing about who gets to drive.
We're
Yes.
not arguing. I'm walking. We're arguing, but I'm walking towards the driver's seat.
Yep.
You're able to kind of all climb into the vehicle, turn on the vehicle.
Still, it's not even morning yet, is
No,
it?
God, no. It's like 2 a.m.
Let's just get someplace else and try and rest, okay?
I'm not a fan of driving with the headlights on, but we don't really have a choice. I don't know what's here. I just start driving.
Okay.
Driving further towards our destination till we find another place well away from this one, but another place where we can camp out.
Roll me
As we're-
2d20s as you drive.
I'll do that.
Yeah, you're driving.
How
2 d20s?
Yep.
how is Isaac looking, John?
That is a
Salad.
4 and a 16.
Want some cocaine?
I don't think cocaine would help.
How about some of the weed? We got weed too.
I have no idea how weed would.
That's good for pain, but you're not in pain.
Exactly,
So-
that's the thing.
I mean,
I know.
technically, cocaine would probably make him forget about the pain.
Yeah.
Or it might make it come up to the surface.
Yeah.
You don't know. You don't know.
Reminds him
So-
of the pain.
As you're driving, it's difficult because you are using the headlights. You got the high beams on if you want, but there's wrecked cars. This is not a well-traveled road.
No, I'm being careful.
And there's a
Like
lot of mist because the rain has stopped and the heat from the ground is starting to create this fog.
Is it because there's vampires all around us?
Eventually,
The air is vampires.
The air is vampires.
Yeah.
eventually you think at least 10 miles away from that farmhouse,
Gotta
and a deer charges across your path You swerve to avoid it, and then avoid another wrecked car, which seems to be everywhere. But you hear a loud popping sound as you do.
Of course.
Crying out loud.
As your tire is flat.
Best.
Where
Anyone else having a great night?
any good place to pull off or anything?
You have the side of the road. That's about it.
No house, no anything
Nothing.
nearby?
Woods. There's some woods.
I don't want to drive into the woods.
Doesn't seem to be a turn off into them anyways, but
I'll pull off to the side of the road.
okay.
And I'll be like, so here's the deal. We're gonna fix this flat,
Okay.
and
Do you
Are
have
there-
an extra
there-
tire, or do you need
I
me to
have
help
one
fix?
spare. I have one spare tire. Oh, could you just fix the tire?
Yeah,
Just do that.
but do you have air to put in it?
I roll to see if I have an air compressor. If I'd have had one at the
Or an
If I
air
had-
pump?
if I'd have had one, I'd have brought one. But I don't know what's readily available in this world.
Yeah, seriously.
What do we have for air? Do we have an air pump?
You can have a hand-powered air pump.
That's fine. It'll just take a while. But yeah,
I mean, I can use my hedge magic.
to
It's-
patch it.
It says I can mend a
could.
broken object.
Yeah.
It just
We
says
could.
like a small trick, so it's like a hole, right? We can inspect it and see if it's just a small hole.
Yeah, I inspect it, see what's up.
Okay, clarity.
I was gonna say we could put the spare on, and then
Worry about the flat later.
Inspect the
yeah,
flat
we can
later.
mend the flat and then inflate it while we're driving.
Well, I gotta inspect the flat to get it off anyway. So
Mhm.
I'll inspect the flat and then change the tire, and then yeah, we'll mend the one
Okay.
later.
So you get out of the car.
Don't have a choice.
I will join him.
Okay.
Cutlass drawn.
Quinn, Isaac, you staying in the car?
Isaac
I-
is. Yeah, Isaac is
I'll just
absolutely.
roll down the
Rifle.
window. I'm just
Rifle,
rolling down the window.
rifle at the ready.
Who has the rifle? Who's
Me.
changing the tire?
I mean, he's walking to get the.
I have a strap. I can
To
put it
the
on my. I
tire.
can put it on my back when I get done with the tire.
All right. So, yep, you get the spare tire out of the back. You get the jack, and it takes about 20 to 40 minutes to get the tire changed. Another half hour to pump it up. At this point, it's between 3 and 4 in the morning, and yeah, you are all completely dead tired.
So here's what we're gonna do.
Mhm.
Take shifts driving.
We're gonna. No, we're about to be done driving. We're gonna drive a little bit. We're gonna drive a little bit further, see if we can find another house or turn off or something, and then we're gonna sleep in shifts. But we're basically gonna sleep, and then spend after we wake up, spend the rest of that, spend the next several hours like recovering. We're essentially we're gonna lose a day. But I think that's probably best because we just got the shit kicked out of us.
Yeah.
Agreed.
And going
Agreed.
forward halfway healed or anything like that is not a good idea. And we're going to be sleeping through most of the day, and it's not a good idea for us to drive at night. So I think we just have to say we lose a day, we get some sleep, and then just kind of hang around wherever we park and recover, and then get back on there tomorrow. Which is why we need to find a good place to hold up, like to hide the SUV.
Tire inflated. You get back in the car, you begin to drive again, carefully, slower this time. You don't see any more deer, and in about 20 minutes, you spot a building on the side of the road. A couple of rusted wrecks in the parking lot that you just pull right into the parking lot from the road itself. It appears to be an old saloon of some sort, a country bar.
Good.
Yeehaw.
Can I pull like behind the building just to get the SUV out of
Absolutely.
sight?
There's not much of a road behind the building, but there's what was probably once a yard. You are able to pull back there. You see some sort of metal pole sticking out of the ground. There's a dumpster, a back entrance, a couple of chairs. That's about it.
Can I have taken an action to recover?
Yeah.
Because I still have that. Okay. So 2d6.
You can take the few seconds that takes while you were getting into the car after changing the tire and just kind of take a breath before turning it on.
I recover 11. I'm almost back at normal speed. So yeah, Corin is back to almost full. He's lost some points in mental and he's down a little bit in speed, but he's pretty good now.
Okay.
I'd like to use the 10-minute recovery roll during all this too.
Oh, absolutely. You've just
Okay.
You're kind of in the back seat there, so
Yeah, how does
So-
that work?
same.
We just 10 minutes and you roll 2d6
Okay.
plus whatever your tier is.
I thought it was 1d6.
Or it's plus it's 1d6
One.
plus your
Tier.
tier.
Yep.
Okay.
Sorry, John, you were saying?
That's all. I was gonna do
Oh.
the same.
Am I tier 2 now? Because I bought the
Yeah.
thing, the cutting
Yeah.
light. Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
Shoot! I should change that. Okay, so I would roll 1d6,
Plus
and then
2.
I get to add 2. Okay.
I recovered 8 because I rolled a 6.
Nope, that's just a
5
one, so
plus
that's
2
two
is
more.
a 7.
Oh, you too. You too, John.
Oh, fun. Slow recovery.
Oof.
I guess if we're sitting here for the 10 minutes, no, I'm not going to waste mine. I'm doing okay. I'm not going to waste mine yet.
Okay. I did it.
All right.
So, I mean, I hate to say it. I know none of us are doing great. I think Quinn and I are probably doing the best right now. But before we stay here for a whole day and before we take shift sleeping, we need to go inside and make sure there's nothing there.
Don't have
Okay,
to tell me.
okay. But maybe Isaac should stay in the car and
I think it
watch
should-
it.
I think
I don't
when-
know.
I think when
concerned
you
about
and
him.
I should go in.
Oh. Okay.
And me.
How does Nell look?
Not great.
No,
Nell looks like crap.
no, you have Nell. Nell,
I'm fine.
no, yeah, that's great.
You're
Someone needs
like holding your side.
someone needs to stay out here and
Great.
protect Isaac, who had his throat cut open.
Yeah. You're here for his protection. This is.
All right, fine.
Yeah.
I'll stay for Isaac.
Okay.
Shing.
Oh.
Okay, be careful with that.
I start slashing the air looking for invisible vampires.
Why don't you stand outside? Like, open the back door and you stand outside.
Ah!
Keep an eye on
Yes, I am
Isaac.
outside. I am
Gotcha.
outside. I am outside. I'm not doing that inside the car.
I grab the keys and I put them in my pocket.
So if you die inside, they have to come get the keys.
That's right.
From
You
your
earn it.
body.
I put this
Got
car
it.
together. You got to earn it.
All right.
Anybody but Nell. I don't. I love Nell, but I do not trust her with the keys in this car when I'm not here.
Oh my gosh. How much different is it from driving a boat, really?
Very.
Hmm.
So,
Some boats do have steering wheels.
so
There's
not
so
yours.
much wrong with that logic that I can't even.
Yep.
Yours
Start.
didn't. So
Yeah.
Quinn and Corin are going inside.
Yes.
All right.
Ooh,
So you
buddy.
going through the back door or the front door?
Might as well go in through the back.
Yeah.
Carefully, like, quietly.
Okay. You test the door. It's unlocked.
Don't get to practice my lockpicking.
If only you had fallen into the cellar.
Yeah, I could just pick the lock.
Yep.
I got my rifle at the ready. I'm just gonna kind of push the door open.
Okay. The two of you very carefully walk into what appears to be a kitchen. A long rotted food, barely scenting the air anymore. You see what was once stainless steel, now covered with detritus. Detritus, I think is how it's pronounced.
Detritus.
Thank you. There's what looks like a saloon door that leads into the main room, and a small office at the end of the kitchen.
So we'll kind of search around, see if we can find anything, and see if anybody's here.
Okay.
Hello? Hello, is anyone in here?
No.
Hello?
No.
Quinn's cries are met with silence.
Sorry.
So, as you walk, I'm going to need a mental test. We're going to call it difficulty 3.
I've rolled 15 a lot tonight.
11.
Both good enough. You're able to find a couple of unlabeled cans that are still sealed and show no signs of swelling.
Mystery food.
Otherwise, not much is left here. Looks like people have already raided this place. You head into the main room. The tables are kind of neatly stacked. There's not a lot of debris out here. A little bit. There's no alcohol. It has been completely cleared out of that. You find a corkscrew.
To be fair, I take it.
Yeah.
To be fair, the alcohol would have also helped us getting injured so much.
But it seems like nobody's here.
Seems pretty safe.
All right, as long as give it a thorough look, and if it seems safe.
And I mean, it's got less of a creepy vibe to it than the last place, that's for sure.
Can I do a search of the office?
The office door is locked.
Lock picking.
Yeah, just look at Quinn.
Now's my chance.
Quinn,
Be my
as
guest.
you get down to try to pick the lock, about 10 minutes has passed at this point. And Quinn, you notice that somebody else has definitely tried to pick this lock.
Mhm.
Probably a number of times. We're going to set this as a difficulty 5 lock-picking test. Speed is
Okay.
your ability for this.
Okay.
Can I help her?
How?
Moral support.
No.
Moral. So sport.
You're not a
Wait.
speaker.
I have lock picking. I'm trained
Predictive
in now,
equation.
so that would
Alright.
knock it down.
Yep.
Correct.
So I believe that puts us at a 4.
A 4.
Yep.
And then I'll spend my last of my speed pool to make
Okay.
a
Down to a 3.
3.
I want to use Tinker to turn the knob into a bomb.
Please don't make it explode.
And Quinn and Corin
Please-
both die.
Please
Okay.
no. I don't want to die today.
Essentially, it's a
18.
smelling
I'm
and
feeling confident in my lock picking skills.
Yeah, you should with an 18. You quickly pick the lock. It takes about 5 seconds for you to get into this room.
Quinn's just like, God damn.
The door swings open. There's a small couch in the office, a desk, a computer, and a filing cabinet. Not much else.
Give it a little look.
Give the
look-see
filing
over, yeah.
cabinets and the desks a look through.
Filing cabinet has a lot of paperwork in it, although the bottom drawer does contain a bottle of some sort of clear alcohol.
Perfect. Grab it.
Clear alcohol.
Grab it. Is the computer anything?
It's intact.
Does it work?
There's no power to it.
Oh.
The desk. Does the desk have anything
Some
in the drawers?
writing implements, 3-hole punch. That's about it.
Knowing I'm going to be possibly dealing with the computer when we get to the Mall of America for everything that we're going to be looking for, would I know of anything I could maybe salvage from this computer that might help?
Probably could. It would take some time, though.
I got.
I'm taking the 3-hole punch because that's just gonna make life easier when I'm making books.
I will wait to do that until we've rested because we're going to be, like we said, we're going to be spending a few hours after sleeping just recovering and waiting until like the next morning to head out. So
we can salvage anything else.
We'll have time to really look this place over if we want. But as long as we know there's no one like hiding here, just waiting, then
And
we're
that's
good.
when the knife slides into Corin. From Quinn.
From me. It was me the whole time.
So as you two are doing all that, Nell and Isaac, you are outside by the vehicle.
Isaac's probably still lying down.
Isaac's just kind of like wide-eyed, laying in the back seat. Just
Hey, Isaac. You okay, buddy?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I was wondering if you could take a look at this for me, and I'm just gonna present him the ring.
Isaac kind of looks at it.
To see if it's magical or anything, maybe.
Yeah. Isaac then reaches and reaches for the Geiger, what do we call it? The
Geiger
RFD, the resonance field detector.
turning it on and passing it over the ring, it goes off. It's definitely magic.
Ooh.
Use the ocular device.
Chink.
A closer
And it's-
look.
Yeah, and at that, Isaac kind of perks up. Huh? And then, yeah, he turns off the thing and pulls up the closer look to take a look at it.
It has a sort of bluish field to it, but you also notice this sort of blackness around the interior band.
Blue. What if we noticed it's blue?
Nothing.
It's not true. There was something blue, wasn't
No,
there?
there hasn't been blue yet.
No, we
it's
see
yellow,
white.
green.
Yellow.
There's white, yellow, brown, green.
Yeah.
So no blue yet, and no, definitely not black.
Black is
So what's it do?
death. I don't know.
I'm not sure, but something tells me if it's giving off a black energy, it can't be good.
Oh.
Keep an eye on it, but I wouldn't put it on.
Shoop.
Instantly becomes invisible.
Now it's just like, how do I put this ring on?
Now I need to put on the ring. Urge to put on the ring rising.
It is. Now it's impulsive. It's that's what she does.
So, what do you do?
I retrieve the ring and it's going to gnaw at me for a little bit.
Okay. Shortly thereafter, Corin and Quinn, you do anything else inside?
I'm done.
Yeah,
For
once
now.
we can come back in and look at and take any other stuff if we want tomorrow.
You've
And once
confirmed
we've
that
rested.
nobody is present inside the building.
Nobody's in there.
Yay!
We got alcohol.
Yay!
I think it's vodka. Possibly Everclear.
Could just be some sort of rubbing alcohol.
Does it have a
Isn't
label?
that clear?
No label.
We'll find out.
So as you two return to the vehicle, Isaac is actually sitting up.
It's time for us. Okay, it's time for us to take our sleep shifts.
I found a 3-hole punch.
Is it magic?
I don't think so. Do you want to check?
Can we stop
No?
asking Isaac to do stuff until he's like rested?
Well, she just handed it out in general. She wasn't handing it directly to anybody. Nobody wants to. Okay, that's fine.
I don't know. I can't do that.
I mean, I don't think it's magic.
All
Try
right.
using it on some paper and see what happens.
Oh, okay. She pulls out one of her notebooks and pulls out a piece of paper.
I need you to roll me a D100.
What does it do?
All right. Okay. All right. That's a 50.
It punches a hole in the paper.
It's good.
But just one?
Clear.
Well, she only
clearly-
tested one of them, right?
Uh,
Not the whole thing.
Oh, I put a piece of paper in
Oh,
the thing.
yeah,
and-
3 holes. Beautifully
Yeah.
spaced.
Wonderful.
Fine,
great.
so a 1% chance that it was magical.
1% chance when you push that down.
It was that really
it goes all the way
satisfying
through the
sound,
paper
too,
and into
where
your
it's like
hand.
The it was very satisfying.
They're like,
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll take first watch.
Like, I guess I'll go
I'll
second.
take second watch. Oh.
Oh.
I'll take second watch.
Okay. Are you sure?
Nope, you'll take third. Honestly, Quinn and I could probably, since we're going to be using the whole day, I mean, I feel like Quinn and I could alternate taking different watches, and we could just
Do we
everybody
wanna
could just
just-
sleep for longer.
Yeah. Do longer
What?
sleeps? I don't know.
Ask that question again.
So if we stay up longer and then they sleep longer, but we also get to sleep longer because they're staying up longer, would we then all be equally less tired?
I'm really smart in game. Did I understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. What's the answer?
Yes?
Okay.
Did you understand the question?
Doesn't matter. He said yes. Doesn't matter. He said yes. Explain what you meant, though. He said yes. But just explain what you meant, because I still don't know what to do.
No. I said yes. There's a difference.
I'm not hearing the. I don't hear the difference. What is it?
I just meant like if we take since we're not as hurt, we would stay up first longer period of time so they could just sleep a full sleep and then they get up and they watch when we're asleep.
Yes, that can happen.
Okay, and then we'll all be better by like tomorrow morning.
So then it's not just one of us, there's 2 of us.
That's fair. Yeah. So Quinn and I'll stay up, and those
Yeah.
two we'll let those two get the
Full
rest
sleep.
of the full sleep that they need
Yeah.
to get fully recovered, and then
Mhm.
we'll put our lives in their hands.
Okay. So everybody kind of settles in to get some rest.
We're gonna be exhausted by the time they wake up.
Yeah.
Corin, you're taking first watch? Well,
We got like a little sleep.
first watch part 2.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I guess I'm taking half of a really long watch, and then Quinn's taking the other half of a really long watch, and then
Mhm.
when those two wake up and are fully rested,
Mhm.
Quinn and I are just gonna go.
So I need you to roll me a might test. We're going to set the
Both-
difficulty.
both, or-
No, just Corin, because Quinn is getting some sleep. Corin, how much? I can see
I can
you.
go. I can go first if you want.
Oh no,
to-
I'm going first.
because
What a
I got more sleep than you. 'cause
Nope,
I did
we
not
already-
watch.
First.
we're already here. It's already going. We took this horse out. Let's see where it goes.
Okay.
Corin, how much
You-
might do you have left in your might pool?
I haven't used any of it, so I still have 10, which is all I have.
Difficulty 3. Might test to not fall asleep.
Okay, and no edge. I'm gonna put some effort into this.
No, might as well. You've got 10 points.
But no edge, so it goes quick.
Yes, it does.
I'm not a strong boy. 10.
Good enough. You do manage to maintain your consciousness, and it helps when the sun comes up. It starts to creak over the eastern horizon, illuminating the sky. You can't see it because the bar is in between you and the source of the light. But nothing happens during your watch.
I feel like Corin's doing that thing where he's definitely awake, but he's doing the really slow blinks.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of having to shake yourself every once in a
A
while.
little.
Eyes are wider open than they need to be.
So, 3 hours pass. 4 hours pass. How do you wake up Quinn?
I don't have any energy left, so I assume like she's in the passenger seat, and I just kind of put my arm in the air and then just let it drop onto her shoulder.
Quinn, how does that wake you up?
Are you okay? Are we okay? Is everything fine?
She just sees me like
Oh,
just done at this point.
yeah. Here, she'll like put the blankie over you and say, okay.
His head just falls into the window and it just thud, and he's just gone at this
The
point.
early morning light has illuminated enough that you can see that there is a vast medium grass field behind the bar, and what looks like a large sand pit with those 2 metal poles sticking out of it. A couple of picnic tables beyond that at the edge of the grass line. No vehicles back here. There's a shed. That's it.
Okay.
Shed has a little lean-to next to it for some reason.
This place is nice.
Yeah, I'm just gonna spend the time drawing in my sketchbook any dreams I've had or anything like that, or anything particular I want to
Roll me a
draw.
d20.
6.
Okay. So, as the hours tick by and everybody but Quinn sleeps, nothing happens. Finally, Nell and Isaac kind of naturally awake. Isaac, you check your watch. It's roughly 11 in the morning. Quinn is, like, fading fast as you awaken.
Corin's drooling just a little bit on the window.
You guys awake?
I'm feeling a lot better.
Yeah, nothing I noticed while I'm on my watch.
I'm going to jump out of the car and go try and find a pond or something
Okay.
nearby.
Begin to go looking for water. Isaac, what are you doing?
Isaac is probably just trying to get his bearings again, still feeling a bit woozy.
You do feel a bit better. But yeah, still iron deficient. Bit anemic.
That is why we're
Eat
taking.
some of my snacks back there.
That is why
Gotta
we're
get
taking
your-
the day to
Gotta get
recover.
your levels back up.
Yeah, eat. Gotta eat.
So,
There's some jerky, I'm
Isaac,
sure.
you find something to eat as Nell wanders off again to
Don't give Isaac any of the alcohol. He doesn't need his blood to thin anymore right now.
Yep.
to find water, and Quinn joins Corin in a restful sleep. And that's where we're going to end it for the night.
Yay.
Post-Apocalypse Road Trip Part 3 will be next week at 7 p.m. here on the channel, as we hopefully get through or into day 3 and 4 as they get to the Twin Cities. Players, do you have any announcements that you would like to make?
Just that, like I mentioned last week, our Season 2 of Dungeons & Dragon Types, the Pokemon Tabletop actual play podcast has premiered, and the next episode will be that premiered on Wednesday, and the next episode will come out on the 15th of September.
Awesome. That's exciting. All right. Any other announcements? Okay. Just a couple of channel plugs then. Sorry, Tyler, were you going to say something?
No, I said I don't have anything.
Okay. This coming Wednesday will be Dungeon Sphere at 7 p.m. here on Scryer Vision. Team Reaper is still making their way through the Haunted Lands, but they've just encountered a large black dragon, which has kind of spiced things up a little bit. So be sure to tune in to see how they do, and otherwise we'll be back here at 7 p.m. next Friday to continue our post-apocalyptic road trip and see what happens and see if everybody survives and if Isaac turns into a vampire. Okay, so.
Which is a distinct possibility.
I mean, yeah. Oh, yes, Brianna, thank you very much for reminding me. They will be hunting a froghemoth on Wednesday, so, that'll be fun.
Those are fun and very dangerous.
Yes, they are. Unless you polymorph them into a sardine. And then swim away.
Then run.
What happens if you eat it?
It takes the point of damage and expands inside of you.
Oh.
Bad idea.
Actually, I would think it would be worse. It would take the damage as you bite down on it, and then it would expand to full size in your mouth. Just completely.
Unless you just swallow it.
That's true.
I just thought, an assassin using that as the way they kill people would be an interesting twist.
Would be an interesting way to do that, and then cause so much more problems.
And traumatize whoever they polymorphed or whatever they polymorphed.
All you do is you polymorph. Because true polymorph can do objects.
Yep.
Oh, jeez. He was killed by a chair.
So, a bard assassin.
Oh, good times. Yeah. All right. Well, we will see you back here next week. Maybe there will be a bard assassin. Everybody have a fantastic Labor Day weekend.
We didn't do XP.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for reminding me. How could I have forgotten about XP?
XP!
I need some.
Well, you all defeated a vampire. So I'm actually going to give you all 2 XP for that because that was pretty rough.
Thank you.
Who achieved a goal?
I've said one of my goals.
Well, we survived.
Well,
no.
I would say that fighting a vampire on top of my SUV would have been a great goal, but Isaac ruined that for me.
I unachieved a goal.
You
have to give him an XP.
Yeah.
I did that already.
I don't think I haven't accomplished any of my goals.
No goals.
Not yet.
All right. So that leaves us just with the MVPC award. So who is going to be the MVPC tonight? Who is the most valuable player character? Take a moment to think it over. They're going to get a bonus point.
I mean, it's Quinn. It's Quinn for her sunlight gun.
Exactly.
Any other
for her spirit
nominations?
Yeah, I second Quinn with the spirit gun coming in the clutch.
Clarity?
I mean,
yeah, Quinn.
Aaron?
it was pretty cool. Yeah.
Voting for yourself. Super classic.
It's pretty cool.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and deal you 1 XP. All right. Thank you very much, players. I hope you had fun this evening, even if you almost died several times. Audience,
I don't have to make a new character.
You do not yet have to make a new character. We'll see what happens.
Exactly.
It's all right. I got all those ones from making characters in the beginning.
Yeah, we've got.
Remember? We got.
I got 3.
Yeah, everybody's got.
I got 3 other characters.
We already have replacements.
I got 3 other characters on at the ready.
You find a crazed hermit teenager at the Mall of America.
Yeah.
It could fit.
Yeah,
Could work.
absolutely. All right, well, we'll be back next week to continue this and find out what dangers lie at this roadside tavern. See you
boy.
then. Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Hope I did
Bye.
not have that read. There we go.